Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, really. Thank you. Now, here at Dad and Sons, we know that we've all had it very, very hard for this past year. So that's why we're very excited to have a fun show for you planned out for tonight that'll hopefully leave you a bit more, softer and relaxed as we go into the next year. We're going to be discussing our favorite games and memories this year from us as well as our community with a community awards show segment and also a very legitimate community photography contest. All while taking your calls, giving away game codes, giving away t-shirts, and doing some audience Q&A with my two co-hosts, Liam Edwards and Matt Visual, live here in the Dad and Son Super Studio Megaplex.
Oh.
We're here. George, you're muted. You're muted.
You know, it wouldn't be a Dad and show.
There we go. Okay, I'm back.
Wow.
And by back,
what a
I
great
mean
start.
I'm here for the first time. Yeah, as you can see, I just like walked over from one stage over here to the table here, where we have our podium set up to totally judge these games that have been submitted to us from the Academy. Oh, was I really fucking muted? Oh, that's great. Anyways, we're gonna be doing a bit of an interesting format here, where we're gonna be awarding a bronze, silver, and gold choice for like our three favorite game of the year. Liam, can you explain the rules of our system a little bit more?
I can. This year, instead of boring you all with thousands of categories like the Game of the Year, the Jeff Keighley's, we're doing a little bit different this year, and we're having a slight more serious tone alongside our wonderful joke categories as always. But we each have a bronze, silver, and gold award Game of the Year for each of us. So we're going to do like a round robin where we're all going to discuss our bronze games, and then we're going to go to some categories, then we're going to do our silver games, have some more fun, and then finally end the show on what will be our Game of the Year, the Gold Award for this year.
Now, these are very serious choices for a very serious awards show. We don't want you to think that we're going to be holding back on recognizing the most serious and important aspects of recognizing the talent and brilliance of the video game industry. So with that being said, we're going to move on to our very first award, the Best Dad and/or Son Award of 2020.
Of course, a staple of always our show, the Best Dad/Son/ patriarchal family.
Male family member, which
male family member.
Thanks to a game we're going to be hearing about a lot tonight, has a lot of good choices. Hades definitely had some good sons and dads.
Yes.
Yeah, total strong competition coming in from that front.
I mean, it's literally a game about a dad and son. It was a game made for this podcast.
I do want to give massive props though to the dad and son dynamics explored in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, side quest the show. Does that count? Do we just automatically give The Mandalorian a pass as almost a video game because of the way it's structured? Therefore, it can fit in this category.
I feel like at this point,
no.
It's 2020 though. I feel like we can break a few rules when we reach this point of like depravity as a society.
Wait, is your choice really Baby Yoda? Is your choice really Baby Yoda?
I'm going with Baby Yoda for best dad and or son, because we don't know what Baby Yoda's gonna do, 500 years in the future. Maybe Baby Yoda will have a son, so maybe Baby Yoda counts as a future dad.
A future dad.
But right now, Baby Yoda is somebody's son.
Can the Yoda species even, how shall we put this? Replicate themselves?
I bet they do, and I bet it's amazing.
Do they use like the force powers when they touch each other to instrument
you?
Ooh.
Well, if you're gonna pick Baby Yoda, then I'm gonna pick Carrion. Okay.
Okay.
The tentacle monster.
I love.
What is that though?
Right?
Is that a son or a dad?
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
It's a little bit of everything. I mean, it has eaten a lot of sons, dads, and daughters. So
it's just an
it could
accumulation.
It could go anywhere. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I see.
Someone did create it, so technically it could be a son.
That's true.
It's unfortunate.
And
that...
we didn't have any rules of consuming sons and daughters, so I think that works. I think if Baby Yoda is a fucking pick, then Karen is a fucking pick.
I think it is unfortunate that we didn't have a Katamari Damacy game about this.
Yeah, the King of the Cosmos. He's a pretty lame ass father, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty lame.
He is pretty lame.
No.
I mean, for me, it's got to be Zagreus and Hades. I mean, if we're being serious,
There is
a loving father relationship there.
I don't know about loving.
Loving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loving.
We call that
loving.
Loving character progression if you beat it like 20, 30 times. Yeah, there's a little, 30 times. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
You could also say
more of a choice
Final Fantasy VII came out this year, so you could say Sephiroth for best son. Sephiroth for best son.
Well, when we're saying best son, are we like clarifying here? Because I would not want, I'm sure whatever son, if I ever have a son, I'll love them. But if I ended up with Sephiroth,
son.
It might be a harder to love son than usual.
Really? I think I could love Sephiroth quite easily. If I look at your silver hair, son.
But what? No, he burned down and killed many people.
A whole village of people
at one time.
Yeah, you know.
He's a villain of the game.
You live and learn. Learn from your mistakes.
You learn not to trust. You learn not to trust Sephiroth. You learn not to love Sephiroth. That is the life lesson that you go through Final Fantasy.
That is true.
Anyways, so Matt, you're sure you want to go to Carrion? Because I feel if I'm going to get hated on for going with Baby Yoda, I mean, Carrion is just an amalgamalga's blob of like organic matter. If you're going to be hating on me for Baby
that's
Yoda,
offensive. What the fuck are you doing? Well, you can't be offensive in the first 10 minutes of the podcast.
We've already ruined
with fire.
We've already ruined it.
But I guess Liam's choice would be the least controversial one, right?
Hades and Zagreus. I mean,
Okay, well,
a tale as old as time.
I guess in order to meet the very official rules, you have to pick one or the other. We're at war.
Okay, well, best dad, Hades. Best son, Zagreus. There you go. Easy.
Wow.
That was easy.
It said best dad or son.
Best
it's
dad.
Or, not and.
Oh, damn. Sephiroth.
Moving on. So we're actually gonna do a real one now. It's time to discuss our bronze, our third place awards.
It's the first real category of the year.
And let's see, Matt, you're on my right. It's your turn to go ahead, Matt. Yes. Take it. Wait, Liam, you got take it away.
This way.
Yes. Is it like mirror?
Because we, of course, are all in the same room together, violating social distancing.
Same theater together.
Yes,
in fact.
literally, and all of these people behind us. I don't know why they're behind us. Why would we be filming this way with the audience?
That's just the producers. Anyways, time for our very serious,
I thought about that when you sent me the image, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it.
We are not known for our quality.
Maybe we're surrounded. Maybe we're in the middle of the, right?
It's a circular stadium,
right? There's stages like that, right?
I think so.
It is.
Yeah, it's like it's like in George's favorites of ancient Rome and ancient Greece. It's a Colosseum.
360-degree coverage, baby.
And they're all standing very, very still.
So
they might be dead.
So Matt, what is your third favorite game of this?
Your bronze, Matt.
Show us your bronze.
It's a little tough.
Give us your bronze.
I think I'm. You make it sound so shitty. You make it sound like
What
like I'm about to put up like I don't know Cyberpunk up here in bronze. Like Cyberpunk is a bronze game. No, it's not. Cyberpunk doesn't. It's below all of that. Ikenfell. I'm gonna say Ikenfell needs to be at least top 3. At least.
That's one of our giveaways.
You know, I enjoyed. It is.
So if you care to disagree, or want to find out for yourself whether or not you agree, try and call into the phone number later on in a little while, in like an hour or so, doing that jazz.
If you're about to be swayed by whatever Matt's gonna say, then that's the game to choose.
Oh, I have to say something. Let me play the clip from the podcast of 3 times ago. All right, wait a minute.
I've got it ready.
I wish I had a soundboard.
Your voice.
I love this game.
Your voice actually cracked.
I like it. It's good. It's whether
that had the same cadence as you talking about how much you like George socks.
Yes,
I like it.
Yes, I watched it the other day, so it's popped up in my head.
To be fair to us,
is one of those games. Yeah,
you've already said more than any award that was given during Jeff Keighley's Game Awards about the game,
and I said completely nothing. At the same time. I'll be quick. From combat to just like a short experience with lovable characters and some like super gay positivity shit, like that makes you like all gooey inside. Favorite. Like that's pretty much what the game is. Yeah, it's a fun game. Like, and I would say, you know, I know these 2 dudes over here. If I'm pointing correctly, they don't like the combat too much because they're a bunch of casuals. But you can get used to it. You get just fight every monster on the map. It'll be okay. Right, George?
Yes.
Right, George?
I kind of got stuck at one of the earlier bosses and fell out of it, but it was good until then, and I plan on going back and when I have more patience.
It's so funny you say that. It's no wait. I was just gonna say it's so funny you say that because that boss I ended up playing Ikenfell on stream like 2 weeks ago, and that boss was the boss my save game was at, and I fought it, and I actually died once, and then immediately went back and beat it, and I was like, I kind of get what George is saying here.
It just depends on whether or not you cleared the area out early. That's all. It's fine if you clear the area out. It's hard if you. That's the only line in this.
It's a good game, though. I understand where Matt's coming from, and I'm glad that Matt's throwing an indie game right in there to start us off. Go on, Matt.
I feel like that's the majority of what I play these days.
Yeah,
it's the only way I can feel something. So, I'm surprised you guys even have any games to put on here.
Whoa!
Between Liam not finishing anything and George not playing anything in 2020, that's in 2020.
I played Hunt Show.
I'm watching the stream back, and I could just see half of George's browser over his face.
It's not half. It's like a quarter. Give me a break. Oh my god. There you go. I slid it out of the way. Are we fucking happy now?
How have we got a sentient browser in the middle of the auditorium?
Because I'd like to read chat at the same time. That's all. It's not that big a deal.
Well, we'll move on to my bronze category, shall we?
God.
And I've done the terrible disservice of talking about indie games all year on the podcast to then choose basically 3 AAA games as my bronze, silver, and gold this year.
Those
starting with
rare earth
Yakuza
metals?
7, Like a Dragon. Is my bronze of the year.
Wait.
It's my bronze.
Finished it.
Yeah, no. So that's the reason why it's bronze.
Huh? Sorry,
so that's
what?
That's the reason. No,
you finished it.
No, that's the reason why it's bronze.
Huh?
because I haven't quite finished it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I still loved it for the 50 plus hours I've played it for now, which is up to chapter 10, almost there, right? Look, it's that good that even though I haven't finished it yet, the experience I've had quantifies as definitely bronze worthy. Oh, hey!
Oh my God!
Don't distract me.
He's throwing us off course.
What? Sorry, what, Liam?
Look, Matt, I can fight fire with fire. I've got something equally more distracting. You know I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring out Jeff Keighley's shoes. Jeff Keighley's shoes. Right here. Jeff Keighley's shoes. The sexiest things alive.
Are those actually Jeff Keighley's shoes?
They are Jeff Keighley's shoes from the Game Awards.
Like they have his DNA on them. You can vape the air coming out of them and put Jeff Keighley inside of you.
Yes, I'm tugging on the laces right now.
Yes, you are, Liam.
Yakuza 7 is an amazing, fantastic experience that Matt is no doubt probably going to talk about later, for sure.
Okay. I'm done distracting.
Well, all right. Look, I didn't finish it. I nearly finished it. I still spent 50 hours on it, and it was really good. Ichiban. Oh shit! I mean, does he qualify? Ichiban, maybe best son. He obviously was born somehow. So I'm gonna rewrite my first thing, and I'm gonna say Ichiban is the best son because he's easily the best character of the year, and my bronze category is Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. Even though I didn't finish it, leave me alone, please. Stop saying Xenoblade in the chat. I swear to God. Look, okay, I got affiliate. I got 300 followers on Twitch. I now will promise to play Xenoblade at some point. Leave me alone, people. Leave me alone.
What if
the more you say it, Liam, the worse it gets.
I fucking know.
What if he was actually like made in the lab or something? Like if he's a clone baby, then maybe
he's still born then.
Oh yeah.
Are you saying
baby?
Clones are not born?
How was Baby Yoda?
I don't think we know if Baby Yoda is a clone baby or not. But like born implies that you're coming out of a uterus. So if you come out of a test, but
Sephiroth was test tube.
Sephiroth was test tube.
Wait, no. What's test
no,
tube?
No,
right?
he.
Or did he have a carry? He got
Hojo
carried, didn't he?
And that the scientist lady and how are babies born?
I feel like if you asked anyone in the game, they wouldn't be able to tell you.
No, I don't think so either.
They don't know what sex is. Bayonetta doesn't even know what sex is.
I'm sure Matt's going to talk about it eventually today. So how about we move on to George? George, what is your bronze category?
My bronze game of the year was a game that was, 8 to 10 hours long because George. I went with Half-Life Alyx for this one.
Great, a game that costs $1,800 to play. Let's get in there.
You can play Half-Life Alyx perfectly fine on a $250 VR machine, but you still need an expensive VR machine.
Is it bronze because you don't like the Valve Index?
It's bronze because it was kind of a flash in the pan sort of
bronze
experience. It burned bright. It burned hard and then fizzled away from my memories until recently when I watched a friend play through it. And there's this magical moment, though, when I watched this friend play through it, when she tested the gravity gloves and caught something and it worked. Like their eyes just lit up. Super duper bright, happy, wonderful moment. It was like watching someone walk around in 3D in Mario 64 for the first time. That's the comparison everyone wants to make, right?
Yeah, not really, but okay.
Half-Life Alyx is the first game where I have memories of like what touching things in it feels like. Like that's the moment that clicks when you get those gravity guns working and you get the motion right for catching things. Like this is the first game where I have a part of my brain, of my muscle memory of playing it, is like the tactile feedback of what its various textures feel like on my fingers. And that's a very, very nice technological leap to be jumping in such an otherwise shitty year. It was an 8 to 10 hour long cinear lingual player experience, and so much of my time these days, and I think the gaming industry as a whole has shifted over to these really, really long-lasting multiplayer experiences, that memories of it don't stick out very hard, besides how weird that stuff is. Like, memories of what it feels like. Memories of how the controller rumbles in my hand under certain devices, and how I have that muscle memory of flicking things with the gravity gun and gravity gloves and catching them down pat. That's a very unique sensation. That's a lot of groundbreaking that I wanted to be broken, and
It was good fun. It was fine. Like,
that's why it's not higher. Like it's there because it's a super solid tech demo game.
It's so funny. Do you remember when it came out and everybody who didn't want to buy VR,
excellent tech demo game.
Everybody was totally like, why can't I just play this without VR? Please make a mod so I can just walk around in first person and play the game. Right. It's like, if you did, you would be very bored. Very, very bored.
Yeah, a lot of the interactions in VR are non-combat stuff that would just... Yeah, and I think that's actually one of the reasons why I don't think higher of Half-Life Alyx is that there is a lot of those moments where you are standing around watching stuff. There are other VR games that do have those non-combat interactions that are more theatrical, like Lone Echo, which I played afterwards, that are more involving, that aren't quite as big on the, roller coaster, watch the theme park ride play in front of you sort of stuff that Alyx does maybe front load a bit much on.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. I understand it. A bronze, I think. Even though I played through it, I don't think.
Yeah. Like I'm higher.
Amazing
than,
how just this whole year, is so full of great games, but nothing particularly truly stands out. And even something like Alyx came along and was like, hey, that was great. But now in December, you're like, huh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that came out last year.
Hades and FF7 and Last of Us 2 are totally sweeping the awards. Like, last year's lineup, I feel, was a little more diverse. Death Stranding and Disco Elysium and Outer Wilds competing for very different genres.
Yeah.
This year, you see Hades and Last of Us just wiping everything. Including us later on. My God, the chat has already predicted how the rest of our choices are gonna go. Oh man. Yeah. Speaking of which,
see this.
Time to move on to our next most serious discussion. We're gonna have an extremely serious awards ceremony to hand out at the next point when we try to decide what the best daughter was for 2020.
Yes.
Sponsored by 2% of the listener base.
Yes. This is for them. This is for the 1%.
if they contribute to Patreon, then yes, that is a actually technically true sentence.
They know who they are. We love you. Thank you. Aubrey in the chat.
On multiple
straight out there.
I think we have seen one survey that at least said 6% won. I think like a year and a half ago we had 6% of our
we understand the name.
No,
not the greatest.
I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. I need more of these.
Wait, I need
more of these.
I think I know.
I'll get some more. Don't worry, guys. Ladies, I got you.
Don't worry. I know what ladies want.
Oh. I think we just went down to 0%.
I don't think ladies want that.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
What about this?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask them ourselves.
What about this?
Okay, see, someone in chat just said cursed. No, ladies definitely don't want.
Well, I don't know what ladies want then.
Texas? Wait, is sex legal on Twitch now? Anyways,
it's been legal since
it started. Since Cyberpunk came out.
I feel that I might not be.
What? You're getting views?
I feel that I might not be very qualified to ask for this one because I did not play The Last of Us Part 2, which is full of literally and figuratively strong female characters, right? Guys.
Yes. I mean, there definitely is a joke here.
That's why my pick is Ellie.
Mine is Aerith. And Tifa. You could have Aerith and Tifa.
Yeah. I don't know, man. for me, Ellie's. I guess it will be. Is it spoilers to say why she would be considered best daughter? Let's say she goes on a rampage. Let's just say that, and it's lovely. It's lovely
really?
and painful to see, all the way to the end. Yes. I don't know about Aerith, man. I don't know, man.
No, straight up Aerith.
What did they do?
Cloud. Yeah,
what
I
did they
don't
swears
know,
and
man.
stuff.
She swears?
Wait, did she swear?
She does. Remember when
Did
she
she swear?
pulls like,
I know.
like when she's holding on with Cloud, and Cloud like reaches out to give her a hand, and she's like, "I don't need your hand," and then it slips, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Come on, Aerith.
Oh
come
shit,
on.
I remember actually.
Yeah, the ladder. Come on. Aerith, easy.
mean,
Look, the joke here is there are still not many women in video games that we can talk about, right? There are still a fair few from this year, but
more
Jill
this
Valentine,
year than
do you
last
remember?
year.
Jill Valentine, she was part of this year as well.
But hold on, 2 years ago when we actually did this category for the first time, it was like nobody. We had Celeste and Bayonetta, like that, and that's literally it. At least now there's actually there's go ahead.
There are some characters.
My choice for best daughter of the year goes to Claudia Conway for revealing that Kellyanne Conway was spreading coronavirus to the Trump family the night of his diagnosis.
And there it is.
Through unsolicited communications on TikTok,
Wrap it up.
We were able to narrow down the super spreader event that caused a lot of RNC members to contract the deadly virus.
Wrap it up.
Liam, your background is looking very good.
Double guns.
Double guns are not allowed on Twitch. I don't think so.
Oh, no.
So in recent years, you folks may have been noticing that the Video Game Award Show is including categories such as Best Ongoing Game, where a lot of nominations from previous years will show up. Additionally, they've been nominating games that get popular during the year of the award show, rather than games that necessarily are made during the year. The big standout example for this year being Among Us. In the spirit of solidarity with Jeff Keighley, we are adding to our own award show a award that reflects the values of his. Our next category is Best Game of Last Year.
It's not necessarily best game of last year. It's the best game of this year
that we played, that was made last year
than other games.
Because how else am I going to get an opportunity to talk about Hunt Showdown, right? Because
how am I going to get to talk about Smash Brothers?
We did play more of that stuff, right? Than like actual new releases, right?
I played way more Smash than I played any other game this year, for sure.
So this is the Hunt Showdown Award for George and the Smash Ultimate Award for Liam.
Thank you.
Although,
Matt, what about you? Did you play a game this year? Was it like Path of Exile or some shit?
Did you also?
I haven't played it as much. I have a list of games I played this year. I'm pretty sure I played some older ones, but I think they might have been older than 2019. I did play a lot of Monster Hunter with a friend.
Is that World? You're playing World,
Iceborne. Right? Yeah. And that was fun. I mean, a lot of grinding involved, but it's definitely fun with a few friends. And if you SOS a couple tryhards in, and they just flip around like crazy and kill a monster within like 5 minutes, and it's just like, wow, that's cool. That's cool. Thank you for the help, guys. Thank you for the help.
Thanks. I didn't. But yeah, like thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. You like die once, and you're like, all right, let's just fucking kill it before this guy comes back.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
We know what people like, which is
it.
to not play the game. We'll do it for them.
Christ.
I had to refrain from throwing out the SOS flag, but it's a fun game. I mean, you go and you attack monsters. I mean, what's not to like? I mean, that's basically what you play for. As long as you're not doing egg missions by yourself,
Oh
then you
yeah, I
won't hate
hate about
the
that
game
shit.
too much.
Oh yeah, the
I
egg
have
missions.
Yeah,
played
still
my
there.
share of egg missions by myself, and
As somebody who has been playing the Monster Hunter Rise demo on Switch quite a lot recently, I'm definitely on a bit of a Monster Hunter kick again. I reinstalled World on my Xbox Series X to see it run in 60 frames. And I'm kind of looking forward to jumping back into that.
Sponsored
by Xbox
Microsoft.
Game Pass, the free service
that we
Free
never
service,
talk about
guys.
on the show. It's not.
You can play Ikenfell and all of your favorite games for free.
I won't go back down that hole again. I instead will try, as I might, to move us on to the next point of serious discussion, which is our second place, our Silver Award.
The Silver Award.
So I guess this one won't have like a whole bunch of passive-aggressive, sly insults about how bad it actually is. Because we won't be arguing about putting it down a notch, right? Anyways, Matt, what is your Silver Award? What's your second biggest choice for Game of the Year this year?
I think it's my time for the insults to be directed to me. I have a very normie pick. I really enjoyed Last of Us 2.
Oh,
not gonna lie.
Okay, yeah, no, that's legit.
I know. There's something about Naughty Dog games that you just sit back and yeah. Go ahead,
Matt,
go
it's
ahead,
time for
look at this.
I think it's time for your annual review.
God, here we go.
The Twitch chat's already on you.
Yep.
I think you're.
I think
we're gonna have to let you go. We're gonna have to let you go this year. I'm sorry. The board has decided that is an unwise pick, and the gamers are rising up against us now.
He changed his background to the bedroom.
Do I take off the jacket?
Yeah,
now?
you take off the jacket. Just get naked. I mean, we'll talk about it later.
Twitch will definitely.
All right. You know what? Let's actually take this as an opportunity. Matt, Twitch is hating on you right now. Why are they wrong? Let's put you on the coals here and have you.
They're
the
not.
Last of Us
They're not
defense
wrong.
force.
It's not that they're wrong, because I'm not gonna sit here and say like it's the best game ever or anything like that. I just really enjoy cinematic games. Sometimes I like what Naughty Dog does. I enjoyed Uncharted, and I enjoyed this one for just the acting and kind of like the ending. I have a thing with game endings, and
yes,
you do.
This one ended what I feel like horrible, like very good horrible, like you just feel like complete shit after beating that game. You're like, damn, this is what happened, and I like it for it because and I like the first one for it because I say it didn't really need a sequel, but I'm kind of happy that I played it. I'm kind of happy that it exists. I never had a problem with any of the argument that was online about stupid bullshit about Abby and all that type of stuff. You fucking nerds need to calm the fuck down. But I'm talking about the story and everything. That's super fucking enjoyable. It is, and it's not perfect, but when it comes down to it, when people are just kind of having conversations with each other, it's just this type of game it doesn't exist all the time. Like you can't, not everyone has a big studio that can pull something off like this. You have your God of War, you have your Last of Us, and that's pretty much it. You don't get this experience all the time. So when it does come out, it could be, might be trying to say too much stuff, so it ends up not saying anything at all. But it's still kind of enjoyable to see these characters interact with each other, and maybe you feel like shit through playing it, like watching an episode of Black Mirror. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I stand by it.
Do you feel?
I'm convinced.
I mean, do you feel that if more people had seen the ending, because nobody finishes games like you do, it would have been better.
People talk shit, and they're the same people who play through half of the fucking game, and then they watch it on YouTube later and tell you how to feel about the fucking game. Let me tell you something. I put in the work.
You did it for us, Matt. We don't need to put in the work. You did it for us.
I put in the work. I'm not gonna, yeah, it's not for everyone though. I know that, but yeah, man, yeah. There it is. What was it, Liam? What's yours?
You're up. And I think,
Okay,
Oh God,
Matt,
Liam.
Time for Matt and George to be angry.
We're gonna have to. This is the let's argue about our choices segment of the show, isn't it? That's what's happening.
Look, it's easy that this game is in here, right? Look, it's Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh my God.
I played a lot of that game, and at that time, right, it personifies the beginning of the pandemic, right?
Right.
The beginning of the pandemic, and everybody playing games online when it was like, oh, look, this shitty situation is happening on Earth, but look at all of us. We are gathering on each other's islands, taking really shitty pictures, putting, giant Godzilla statues in our gardens. Hey!
The crowd is angry.
Don't bring the Trump crowd in here.
This is a less controversial choice, though, than Last of Us, isn't it? Like, the gamer... Animal Crossing, at least, is a kind of gamer's game.
Come on. Right. No matter what you think about the game itself, right? The zeitgeist of Animal Crossing, when it came out, was everywhere. On Twitter, on Twitch, everywhere. This game was everywhere. And it was good fun at the time. It was a nice, relaxing... It was nice, relaxing getaway. It was really good fun multiplayer. There was progressive nature. It was good. And Tom Nook, almost a category for best dad. He's a good lad. Isabel, best daughter. Look. If I have to die on a hill, I might as well die on a pretty tropical hill like this one. Hey! Just calm down.
Oh,
Everybody's getting their pitchforks.
Another powerful image of this year's historical events is being shared with us here.
No, they're all in jail now. They're all in jail now.
But I find it so troubling where the discourse has gone that gamers will argue about a game like Last of Us being more controversial than a game like the Animal Crossing. When
what?
Animal
why
Crossing
would Animal Crossing ever be more controversial than
because
The Last
it doesn't
of Us?
as explicitly have gay people and stuff in it like Last does. It didn't. Okay, so there's that copy pasted going on around about how like, oh, if you're a woman and you play Animal Crossing, it's not a real game. But that seems to be a smaller, more jokier, less able to take serious controversy than the shit people were slinging over Last of Us. When The Last of Us has like more combat and fail state, and I thought that was apparently what qualifies for not pissing that crowd off. And Animal Crossing, I found it very unengaging.
You're trying
that's
to
what
rationalize.
I'm trying to rationalize.
You're trying to rationalize something that is irrational. Like it's like Matt's just had to defend his choice. I've just had to defend my choice. That's the kind of position we're in the gaming society at the moment.
I found that it lacked content and engagement.
Well, don't worry, because you're about to anger a lot of people by telling your silver game because it's not gold.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
So for the sheer sake of making sure that this year's darling isn't everybody's choice for the gold, I decided to put Hades into my silver category.
In my silver category.
Yes, in my
It's
silver
not quite gold.
category, I put Hades. I also didn't appreciate how much of a difficulty Minotaur fight is. But anyways, besides that, no, Hades is a beautifully made game that I don't think really offended any of us. Like the way
Hades is a great game.
I really liked it. Yeah.
The way it tells its story through unlocking new content with all your failures was a super inventive way to keep a repetitive game not feeling repetitive.
Yes.
The subtlety it employs your choices about who your waifu is going to be, like who you give more than one gift to. Was like a super clever way of changing your story without you really noticing and getting different content than other getting. And that caused a lot of different waifu wars to happen. Like I think I accidentally decided I like Megara.
I mean, fan art on the internet wouldn't disagree with you.
she is one raspy.
Yeah, see, people
Her
like
voice is
Dusa, I
amazing.
don't think I could.
Her voice
I
is
could,
amazing.
I don't think I could spend more than 8 hours in a room with Dusa. I'm sorry, guys. That shit's tiring.
Dude,
What about
I think I've played it more than both of you guys, right?
I got to the end,
but
of
it's
a
not on my
credits
top.
run.
It's not on my
Okay,
top
like-
either.
Yeah, it's not on my top, and I guess it's more because of the type of game it is. I guess I'm just not into repeating the same thing over and over and over again. I just never been into those types of games.
I think,
to
as
get,
I
like,
mentioned,
the little
yeah.
piece, yeah.
As I mentioned on
You
the
know.
podcast, like God knows how long ago it was now. Like I like that part of roguelikes, but the problem with Hades for me was that it was broken up by these 10 to 15 minutes of like dialogue and then going through your powers and stuff like that. That it felt a bit weird to do a 30-minute run and then go do that. Like it was disjointed. But the narrative of Hades is really good. So it's a little conflicting. That's why it's not top. It's easily one of the best games of the year, but it's not top for me either. But I understand why George liked it. He was playing a lot on the Switch, even though he complained a lot about it being on the Switch.
Yeah, would recommend the PC version over the Switch because I when I was watching the footage on my computer with it blown up in my face, it was so much easier to read the tiny little text and see a lot of tiny little animations and details that I believe are quite important for making sure you don't get stuck so goddamn long on that goddamn Minotaur fight.
So best toilet game as well for you, George, right?
Best toilet game.
Best poop.
It was
best
a
poop
good
particle game.
Poop particle game. Yeah.
Nice.
Man, and I can't wait until the gym opens up and I can start playing Switch games on the treadmill. Like, God, it's been.
I love the image of George just in the gym, surrounded by swole bros, and George just with his Switch, like.
That is how I played through Wargroove last year. When everyone else was playing Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I was playing Wargroove on the treadmill. It works
just
really
getting
well.
irrationally angry in the gym, like because his Joy-Cons just won't work, and he's like, "Fucking come on."
Well, maybe that's why my Joy-Cons wore out so fast, is because they were getting sweated on because I was burning calories.
Goop.
I shit you guys
George
not.
goop. Yeah.
That George goop.
You need some gamer goo, dude.
Oh yeah, you do.
Gamer goo, bro.
Sponsored by.
Well.
You're looking back into the crowd. What are you doing? Oh no, you just pick someone.
I picked something out of the crowd, guys. Look what got tossed to us. Look, it's Gamer Goo.
It's Gamer Goo by Teakwood, the sponsor of our next category.
It's the anti-sweat solution for all of your Joy-Con goopy needs. Look, I'll try some in real time.
Thank you so much, Gamer Goo, for sponsoring the Game That Most Accurately Predicted 2020 award brought to you by Gamer Goo.
It's the goo.
That's it. Right
it's
there.
Gonna make me not sweat, even though it's damn wintry cold here in Kyoto.
Why the hell?
It is hot over here in Cali, man.
Is that even a problem? Anyways, Game That most accurately predicted 2020 is going to be a super duper fun thing to talk about. There are tons of potential nominees across all sorts of science fiction genres from this decade and ones previous. Because let's be honest, a lot of us saw this shit coming. Deus Ex predicted that there would be a plague that would have a vaccine being distributed by rich people that they would use to control the population to try and create a singularity of AI.
5G towers, baby.
Death Stranding predicted
easy.
the social effects of isolating oneself and how important delivery services will need to be in the post-apocalyptic future, and how delivering people antidepressants and entertainment is going to be really fucking important. The Division is ironic. Do you guys remember that Verge review of The Division where the subtitle said, "The Division, welcome to Trump's America"? And this was published in 2015 and everyone thought it was really alarmist. But I gotta say, when those photos were coming out of New York in March, April-ish, when the hospital ship was pulling into the harbor and the streets were abandoned and just covered in fences and tarps, it kind of looked like The Division a little bit.
Well, I think Matt's got a point, right? Cyberpunk. everybody, New Year's of 2019 to 2020, everyone's full of hope.
The trash.
Everyone's like, this is gonna be great, and then it turned out to be terrible.
It's an art piece. Yeah, everyone, people thought it was like an actual game. No, it was just like performance art. That's what it was. That's what it was. It's like, oh, this sums up 2020.
Isn't that giving it a bit more credit?
let's not also forget
absolutely
Metal Gear Solid 2 and how it had a speech all about how an AI algorithm selecting what kind of news and facts get exposed to people will effectively mass brainwash society, and that totally happened.
And do you know what the most Metal Gear Solid 2 part of it predicting 2020 is? The fact that the voice actor for Raiden turned out to be like a Trump supporting MAGA guy, which equally just sells how good Kojima is at his job of predicting the future.
So did James Sunderland from Silent Hill 2.
Oh my!
Yeah.
What is wrong with these people?
We're living in a time where all our heroes are becoming villains. Like this is sad.
But it's like they said in The Dark Knight: if you live long enough.
What
happens to us? Is this going to be one of those things that happens to the three of us?
What did happen at some point? It might have actually been last year.
It'll be me first.
Remember?
I can imagine Matt just like Trump.
Remember?
Trump. Yeah.
Remember when the Colonel from Metal Gear Solid was reading that like intelligence report on the Russian misinformation campaign? And in the voice of the Colonel.
One of the 1,000 things that happened this year. Yes.
It might have been a 2018 thing. IRA research agency speech. But man, that game, that MGS2 just became way too uncomfortably. MGS2 is a game that has made more and more sense the minute it got released. It made no sense on launch. No one knew what the fuck to make of it. But every single year that has passed since the release of Metal Gear Solid 2 has justified it more and more since that like initial confusion. Oh man.
I mean, it's got to be said, Death Stranding, I didn't like it, but fair play to Kojima for predicting the future. Fair play to Kojima predicting the future. Now we understand he predicted the future twice. Somebody's got to hold that man accountable. He's got to stop writing futures. Maybe he's basically writing the Death Note for all of us.
It would make a lot of sense if it was actually a Kojima conspiracy theory all along.
Can you imagine if Kojima was like, what do they call it? The Patriots? He was actually like an AI that's rewriting our simulation.
That would be...
just in the form of a dorky 50-year-old Japanese man.
That would probably be an easier to follow plot than the real events.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because a dorky 50-year-old Japanese man is as innocent as people would assume. No one's going to question it, right? Everyone's going to be like, oh, Kojima, he's lovely. And then in the end, you find out he's the ultimate villain of all of mankind.
You die and go to heaven and find out Kojima is God.
Or more like Satan than anything.
So thank you, GamerGoo, for
thanks for making my hands smell of teakwood.
Vicariously sponsoring that last segment.
The post-apocalyptic future brought to you by GamerGoo.
I wonder how many rules we would be breaking by turning that fake non-existent sponsorship into a segment that involves a real-ass, actual, legitimate one.
Because, like right now?
Yes, it's time for a 1 to 2 minute bathroom break, and I'm gonna roll us a ad read during the procedures, if you will. When we get back, we're gonna be going through a Community Choice Award segment in which we got our Discord participants to pick their favorite games of the years, and then we're gonna be doing the photography contest.
It's gonna be so
good.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And also, of course,
man,
we will have our Indie Game of the Year award, Joke Award, because indie games don't matter. They just don't matter.
Wow.
They just don't matter.
They're not a joke to my sensibilities, Liam.
They just don't matter.
They
Look,
matter
my life's work doesn't matter.
All right. Bye, guys. We'll be
back. That's
back
sarcasm, folks.
Is it? Is it?
We'll be back in a couple minutes.
This episode was sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community that hosts thousands of online classes for illustration, design, photography, animation, productivity, and more. As we go into this new year, there are few better ways to stick to a resolution and do something productive with your free time than committing it to a project. And Skillshare's online classes will have you actually uploading real projects and getting real feedback as part of the process. And in order to help explain games just a little bit better, why not start with game development, an introduction to Unity for absolute beginners with longtime software developer Diego Herrera. You'll make a little driving course prototype by the end and also get an opportunity to ask questions and get feedback if something technical goes wrong along the way. So explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/dadandsons, where our listeners get a free trial of premium membership. That's 2 weeks free at Skillshare.com/dadandsons.
Hello. Hello,
Are
we back?
Hello.
We're back. Hello.
Are we back?
We are back.
There we go. Hi guys.
Things have got a little more casual for me and Matt.
Things have not.
Yeah,
for
so it's getting hot in here.
me, but I'm hanging in there, guys. I'm trying here.
I'm with my friend Shovel Knight, quenching my thirst.
For a second, I thought you were drinking the gamer goo.
I know. just gonna add a little squirt into the top. Look, it's hot in this auditorium, right? In this
theater we rented out.
In our amphitheater.
Our massive venue. Our venue
massive
huge.
venue.
Wait, why was the chat mad during break? And how are there more than 200 people watching this?
More than 200 people watching.
The train wreck, yeah.
Oh boy, we should have
train
hosted
wrecks.
this. Can I say I'm very upset we didn't host this on my new Twitch channel?
So what is? Are we doing the community
We're doing the
photos?
are.
Because I'm seeing the first photo right now.
No.
Oh, that's
Community
Strat.
Choice Award. No,
Look,
Matt, follow the
Community
outline.
Choice, sorry.
We're not there yet. We're doing the Community
Oh,
Choice
sorry, I
Awards
have this up in tabs.
before we
Yeah,
do
just
the
Matt's
commu-
jumping ahead.
I'm seeing people. I'm seeing people for the first time here from a
Okay.
Discord. All right. I'm
Okay.
back.
So
Right.
we have asked our community what their choices for their game of the years are supposed to be in case we were wrong.
Yes, I mean we need telling all the time what our opinions are because that's the internet, right? And
Yeah.
I put together a little form for the Discord members of the wonderful patreon.com/dadandsons Discord to vote on different categories for their game of the years. Now we were going to do this in 2 different stages and like get in loads of free votes and then move it into a second round, but I'm lazy and I forgot to do that. But
I'm
we have a
lazy, I'm
renowned
dad.
Yes, I'm being a true dad, okay? But we have a resounding amount of votes for certain games that easily, clearly show what the best games of the year were. In the Discord. So, renounding. I do want to point out some highlights. For those in the Discord who are worrying, for those in the Discord who are wondering, don't panic. I will post the full results for you all to see later.
Keep going.
No, I'm just gonna let this sit for a minute.
I'm just having
You're as red as the auditorium. That's amazing.
I'm just having a giggle fit from how smoothly this
Matt, look at the color of him.
Oh
It's
my
like-
god.
It's like I'm white, then George is like in the middle between the two of us.
I mean,
But let's fuse. Let's fuse, Leon.
Let's fuse. We have become George Beatman.
I've always been kind of orange anyway, but anyways, yes, please tell us why why this show is an amounding success.
Well,
Woo!
we have our wonderful Discord that has over 200 plus members, which is probably all the 200 people who are watching this podcast right now. The correlation is strong. Shout out to the 20 plus people who are in the Discord live watching this with each other right now. You're all amazing. But yes, we did some categories like Best Ongoing Game of the Year, Best Xbox Game of the Year, which basically was just Yakuza Like a Dragon because it was the only Xbox game this year. Best PlayStation Game, which turned out to be Final Fantasy VII Remake. Best Nintendo Game of the Year, which turned out to be Hades instead of Animal Crossing.
No, but the thing is, that's also like the one version of Hades that I was like, no, guys, Hades is great, but don't play it on the small screen.
Here is the best one. Best PC Game of the Year, FIFA 21.
I'm so glad that they just like took it with as much seriousness as we are.
Best Indie Game of the Year, Hades, of course.
Oh, they didn't pick Final Fantasy.
Wait. Best AAA Game of the Year, the most votes was I don't play those.
And it wasn't multiple choice. People typed that.
No, people typed the same sentence, like letter for letter, and it had the most. And of course, Game of the Year with 12% of the entire vote. Some of
You'll never guess it. Surprise!
You'll never guess it, but we should run down some of the other games that at least got 2 votes apiece. Animal Crossing, Crusader Kings 3, which is a damn fine game. FIFA 21, of course, the greatest sports game of all time. Half-Life Alyx, Helltaker, Monster Hunter, which doesn't count. Spelunky 2, Part-Time UFO, Wasteland 3, and of course, with 12% of the vote, easily hands down, everybody's favorite of the year was Hades.
Oh, what a surprise! Never saw it coming. Oh my god!
Game of the year. It's Hades. Well done, everybody. Hades.
Gorgeous Game of the Year is the Windows 98 Maze screensaver. Everyone's talking.
I'm just glad EA are getting their dues. You know, FIFA 21. What a great addition this year.
Everyone, okay. For future listeners who listen to the audio version of this, I need to clarify. Everyone is talking mad shit over my Windows UI because I accidentally slid a bit of my internet browser into the webcam feed here, and I showed off my Windows Classic theme. And I'm so fucking sorry.
It's not a theme. It's a Windows 98. Come on.
I'm so fucking sorry.
He hasn't upgraded in a long time.
Why do you think it takes so long for him to make videos? It ain't his creativity.
Oh my god. Okay, for fuck's sake, I'm so sorry that I, like many other professional institutions in the world, am using my work PC on the Windows Classic theme to make it feel different and give me a different mood and put my brain in a different place than when I'm on the fun PC, which has the modern regular theme. That's all.
So is this the work PC or the fun PC?
This is the work PC. I'm on the work PC.
So the fun PC is a modern one. The work one is a 98 Windows.
It just looks like Windows 98 to make you feel bored, okay? That's all. It's not supposed to be fun. It's the shitty theme for shitty work time.
I like the idea that you, George Weidman, your own boss, are purposely making it more boring for yourself to do work.
Okay, maybe more boring wasn't the right idea. I wanted to make it more professional for my work environment. Username 1 just said, "Are you not having fun right now, George?" No, I'm not having fun.
This is work to George.
This is a very serious award show for very serious gamers.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the color he's gone?
I'm done. No, I'm not. I'm colorblind. Anyways, let's move on. Fuck you guys. We're announcing the Indie Game of the Year Joke Award, which I actually think is a very serious category worthy of very serious recognition and praise and discussion and accolading.
Oh god, where are we now?
No, Big Speed McCree, I'm not drunk. I've just been laughing.
You got the Japanese blush going on.
He does. He's got the Japanese liver.
George, get some water, okay.
Yes, the next I was going to be instead of the community award, but then I pulled it out of my ass. The next joke category is Indie Game of the Year.
Why
indie games are a joke?
Why is it a joke? I like indie games.
Because we don't get, well, I don't know. This year, I mean, Hades has won every award, right? So I guess indie game.
It's technically an indie game.
The description for indie when you have a team of like 20 people winning a game of the year is pretty great.
But yeah, the categories are more indie than Hades feels.
Yes. There's a lot of production values in Hades, but that I don't think is money. That is the fact that Supergiant are very damn good at what they do.
Yeah, they were good from the beginning.
Yeah, they have a proven track record. But
yeah,
this is basically just my category to be able to talk about games that I couldn't put in my bronze, silver, and gold because indie games are great. And this year had many games that me and Matt played, especially stuff like Ikenfell, Noita, Spelunky 2, that massive, wonderful, really indie game, Fall Guys. And I just wanted to shout out, which was like almost one of my favorite games of the year, just because I had so much fun playing it at the end of the year, which is Monster Train. I had a great time with that. That was awesome. What about you guys? I think my personal favorite is Noita this year. I think Noita is my favorite.
But Arcadian in chat just said, if Noita wins, you're a sellout, Liam. And he said that seconds before.
Don't give that duck any time.
Don't
even utter the name. Don't even utter the name.
That message came in as you were saying it with your mouth. Your lips started making the noise, and that message appeared in chat.
Oh shit, it's live. We can't edit it out. I was gonna say, let's edit that out.
No.
What about you guys? Matt, you played loads of indie games. George, you played 2, 3?
I have, but they're not all 2020 though. That's the thing. I'll just run through the list real quick. Ooblets, Night in the Woods. I played a little bit of Lisa. I didn't finish it. Spiritfarer. Ori, The Will of the Wisp. It was a hit and miss with that one. Dex is one of my favorites because it was a cyberpunk type of game, and like no one knows about it.
Nobody knows about cyberpunk.
Well, it's a cyberpunk type game. Yeah, like There Is No Game was pretty fun to play on stream. You know, yeah, there's a lot of it was a lot of good games that were probably like Omen Sight, you know, like they're not 2020 games though. That's the thing. So a lot of stuff that I missed I played this year. Blasphemous, Death's Gambit. It's all really fun games to play. I would say you played more indie games in 2020 in terms of like the year of 2020.
The year of 2020.
The year of 2020. I've played just like a little bit of everything because I had to dig deep, man. Had to
fucking get in that Steam list. What do you give me? Give me Gujon 3, Steam. Come on,
You know, I had to pass by. I had to kind of dodge all these like visual novels. You know, it's just like, okay, nope, don't want that, because it's just all over Steam now. Every time you put indie games, it's like, do you want to play with these? No, I don't. I don't. I want a real game.
You played Carrion as well, right? So Carrion's in there.
Carrion is down there, and I like Carrion actually. It was very gory, very very gory, and I like gore. Who doesn't like gore?
What about you, George?
Yeah,
I only played like the same big ass ones, like between Among Us and Fall Guys. I guess I hit it, and Hades, of course, hit the big ones, and then just dabbled in it. So what really disappoints me is that a lot of indie games that came out this year that I didn't play that look like stuff I would really like. Like none of us here played Blaseball, and Blaseball is like a humorous sports parody that I'm sure would have done right up my alley. The Umarangi Generation.
Blaseball, as in the baseball online.
Blaseball, yeah.
Blaseball, yeah. That was that. There was a whole bunch of people talking about that.
I really, really love the look and the feel and the content people are posting surrounding Umarangi Generation.
Yeah, Nitro Red's favorite game of the year, so we should. Yeah, Umarangi. I think that was one game you said you wanted to play before the end of last year. Right?
And I ended up playing Hunt Showdown for like a whole day and. Of fucking course, right? That's like my curse. And yeah, then there's Ikenfell, which I
don't talk about that week.
I had my rant about getting stuck at one boss, right? But I mean, I really like Undertale, and that game was hitting a lot of the same notes. in terms of like having cute, lovable characters that I have a good feeling I can really get attached to and love as the way it goes on. Spiritfarer also won a shitload of awards and absolutely looks like a must play that
Matt
we
played
also
that, right? Yeah.
yeah. Well, between us, we didn't.
Good
It
time.
didn't seem like we didn't talk as much about it as the other outlets were. Like, there's a lot of people who were blown away by that.
It was what's his name? Zero Punctuation's Game of the Year.
Oh wow,
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and that guy's a huge, curmudgeonly, grumpy fuck.
I thought you were trying to move away from anything, you know,
offensive
too
towards other
offensive,
people.
and you just went for the fuck.
Yeah,
You just defaulted.
great.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I
Well,
respect it.
Like, I'm just gonna also throw it out there. Best indie game of the year was, of course, Curse to Golf, because why not?
I will
Wow.
give that my best indie game of the year award.
I will also give that my.
Cursed
No.
to Golf is the
No.
best indie game of the year, right, guys?
Yeah. No, guy. What are you guys doing? You guys...
I'm doing a test to see
Bishop.
if I get as much hatred for doing that.
No, George, that was a
Some
fantastic
others.
choice. It was easy.
And
Nepotism
there was
at its finest.
No influence. No. Just the sheer quality of the product.
Oh man, whoever made that game
Wow.
must be a talented, wonderful.
And of
Individual.
course, I have no idea because there's no conflict of interest there at all whatsoever.
No, of course not. I mean, there's only 200 people here who just need to know about Curse to Golf. I mean, what can we say, right?
So,
Quality shines through.
So, speaking of picking and choosing your favorites amongst your friends, we now have to go through. I can't even believe these two words are something associated with our show.
This is going to be fantastic.
We now have to go through the submissions for our photography contest.
Sean, how are you putting this on the stream, George?
Well, if
my God, I just
nothing
realized where he
breaks
was.
too bad, then I guess I'll just press a button right here and
Did you just realize what
I
strat it
just
was in the
realized
photo?
where Strat was.
and start us off with one of the great works of satire of our time, brought to us by Strategineer here. This was submitted to us on Twitter, to the @dadandsonspodcast Twitter account. Prizes up for grabs are a long sleeve Dad and Sons t-shirt, the same one we are wearing here, and a indie game of your choice from our 3 favorite top picks of this year: Ikenfell, Hades, or Noita, depending on whichever one you don't have.
Of
So,
course. The
as
3 we just literally talked about.
As we go down the list, let's please mention one that we want to keep for later. If we don't
Okay.
feel strongly towards any of these submissions, I'll go ahead and delete it from the sheet right now. I'm not kidding. And then we'll keep narrowing and narrowing until we pick our winner, okay?
Yeah. So I think, first of all, I'm looking at the stream, George. You might need to zoom out a little so we can fit the frame of the photo.
But
Everyone wants to see what's under that thumb. Everyone.
Okay. Let me give it a couple more notches.
See if you can zoom out there. Yep.
Yeah,
keep going,
yeah.
keep going.
There we go.
Okay. Is this good?
There
Is this
we go.
good?
There we go. Perfect.
Oh,
Wait.
there goes
No,
the
I
leg.
went down a little too low. Okay. Cool. And let me just crop it up a little attractive. Like, there we go. All right. Yeah, this is Strategineer.
There's nothing more attractive than a nice hairy leg. Nothing more attractive than that.
I didn't even notice the leg. I honestly thought that was the
didn't
wall.
notice it.
I thought that was the wall.
let's remember the rules and how we're going to be judging these things. It has to be.
Is our Twitch going to get banned? Is this a bannable offense on Twitch? This photo alone?
Well, this is better than what Dr. Disrespect was doing, because as we can see, this is an adult here.
Ooh.
Now, according to the submission rules, that had to be a photo of someone listening to the podcast with some sort of artistic intent behind the framing or some sort of humor. And I definitely feel that we have fulfilled that. As we can see, the beige walls go nicely with this man's skin color and clothes. There's a nice rule of thirds going on. As you can see, he's taking up the left third of the frame rather than being front and center. Oh, that reminds me. I did write this down on the outline. Let me get some background music going on right now.
Oh, yes, of course. We lost 10 viewers as soon as we put Strat on the
Did we actually really? So
without
without
Pokemon Snap music, of course.
Yes, without further, oh my god, where did the tab go? There it is. Without further ado, I do actually like this photo. I think it's a cool photo. I'll give it a star. Do you guys feel strongly towards it at all?
I feel like
I like the boldness.
My one rule here out of these, and I didn't tell anybody, but I feel like I'm gonna vote for ones that have people in the photos. We got a lot of submissions that you'll see of objects that have us on them, but we wanted you and an object, right? And Strat here, you can tell with his headphones, he's obviously listening to his favorite podcast, which is the IGN's Nintendo voice chat, not the Dad and Sons podcast. And he's replicating his favorite YouTuber. What can we say? George, I think you need to put the photo contest back on.
I figured it out. Yes, I got us back.
Yeah, so he's just emulating his favorite YouTuber, George Weidman, in his particles. And I feel like this is a strong pick. It's also the first pick we got, which meant everybody else afterwards had to follow up with this.
I also want to say that the pastel color scheme choice is on point. Even to a colorblind man, a colorblind old man, it's still a pleasing. It reminds me of an orange sickle. You got orange, beige, and white. It's and I'm not just talking about the walls either.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Strat's a strong one. Let's move on to the next one.
Next up, we have Crazy Bean, who has
Do you want to scroll up? Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I did. We're okay, Liam.
We're late. We're late.
Yeah, we're late. Yeah, we're behind. We're behind.
Keep that in mind. So Crazy Bean's photo is a straight up 3DS, looking at a description for an episode where
it's the C-Strat's leg.
where we can see that we are one of the top podcasts in leisure. I don't know quite what else. Now, Liam, when you originally got this photo, you were quite impressed. I remember.
I was as you can see on the DS, I was flabbergasted.
However, more people have followed up on this idea since then, but I don't know if that happened organically or if they're imitating Crazy Bean here.
I don't know. It feels like Crazy Bean was the OG of this, but he is. They are breaking my rule, which is where's their face? Where's Crazy Bean's face? I want to see your face holding that DS, showing us you are listening to the Dad and Sons podcast on a Nintendo DS, like it's a wonderful year of 2011. But it's still strong.
I appreciate that. I just don't know if there's enough going on to really grab me on an artistic level here. On a humorous level, yes, perhaps, but when it comes to the Dad and Sons photography contest official submissions, maybe a little bit more should be paid attention to, rule of thirds and color choices.
That's true. I do agree. I would like to point out it's the 26th of December of last year. So straight after Christmas, Crazy Bean was like, you know what? To settle in getting ready for the new year, I'm going to listen to the fine Dad and Sons podcast on my brand new Nintendo DS.
What makes it even better is that the loop I found for the Pokemon Snap music is fucking awful, and you can hear it start over and over again, clear as day.
Great, keep it going, because me and Matt can't hear it, so it's all good to me.
I'm just gonna find another loop that one and there we go. Yeah, do any of us feel particularly strongly about Crazy Bean, though? Should we keep it for later, or should we delete it?
I don't think it's the OG of the Nintendo DS category.
Yeah, that is true, but we are going to have to be more cruel later on.
We will have to be more cruel, that's true. We do have like 20 submissions, so let's keep this going.
Maybe we'll be more cruel with Pasta Pirate here. All right, we got Rule of Thirds, we got beautiful natural scenery, we have a human who is clearly listening to the Dad and Sons podcast product.
Is that true? Can we enhance on that phone? George, can you enhance?
I was just told to zoom out, and now you guys are.
George, can you
enhance?
Enhance. CSI.
Okay,
CSI levels.
There. I'm enhancing. I'm
Enhance more.
Right.
This is as enhanced as you guys are gonna get. Oh, okay. We're covering up the whole frame here on stream.
I'm going to assume that those 3 outlines are myself, George, and Matt, and Pasta Pirate, which is a great Twitter handle, which deserves credit in itself, is somewhere in the world outside listening to the Dad and Sons podcast.
I applaud
strong.
the effort. Yes,
It's strong. The color balance between his gray stones and the grass
Matt,
in the background.
what are you up to?
Oh,
over
sorry.
there?
I don't think anybody.
Wow, now you remember that.
I don't think anybody can see.
Well, that's why I asked. I switched our camera feed over to the Matt cam to see why he was swimming in midair. Anyways, Pasta
I like
Pirate.
how we started this and we lost like 20 viewers.
Pasta Pirate's just chilling, bopping to the beat of his own tune.
No, to our tune. That's the whole point of the contest.
Well, either way, I think he's clearly having a fun time, and I am.
See, I appreciate Friend Nod in our Discord has enhanced, and it shows it is the Dad and Sons podcast officially on
we can definitely see
Pasta
it.
Pirates.
Oh yeah.
He climbed a mountain and listened to our podcast.
That is worthy. Let's keep that. Keep that.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, keep that. Okay, next.
Shaffit drew us artwork.
Well, this is our Discord member Wingy. Oh, look at that. It's fantastic. It's even
Right?
got the shirt. It does break the rules of it's not a photo.
Well,
But
it's still
there's some time investment involved in this one.
right, and I
massive
feel
time
like
investment.
the time investment is absolutely worth it. I mean I don't know what to say. We all are impressed by original pieces of artwork, right?
We are.
Yeah.
And Wingy has constantly been doing excellent things for the Discord. This is the gender bent versions of us. The JoJo poses.
Shit.
That was excellent. That was excellent.
I personally like myself as a woman. Pretty good.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Next up we have Cronky Land.
No, that's Moist Critical right there, right? That's Moist Critical.
That's an internet celebrity. Oh wow.
It does look like him.
So extra points for Cronky
It
Land.
does look like him.
Me and Cronky Land have the same speakers.
Was that Logitech?
Yeah.
I also
Logitech.
appreciate Crunkyland trying to put his monitor, raise his monitor a little bit, but he's done so little effort by putting a tiny book that barely raises the monitor to his head height. It doesn't make any difference.
That's how I raise my monitors. And so the thing is, this is a great work of photojournalism because I can empathize with the subject in 2 different ways. We have the same speakers, and I also use books to raise my monitors. So I feel okay about this one. I might want to keep it around for later judgment.
Crunkyland's right in my book. He's right there. He's on the screen. That's
Can't say no to that.
Can't say no to that. He's right there, and he looks pretty smug. He looks like he's having a good time. Maybe he's just posing a question. He's like, these guys' opinions. I don't agree.
So,
as pointed out in the Twitch chat, he has very kissable lips. It looks like.
Bonus points for the extra texture on the lips. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, who's next?
Malix 0451, someone who's intimately familiar with the temperature books burn at, sent us this picture of him not listening to a book.
No.
Instead, listening to the Dad and Sons podcast on what looks like a third-party app. He is at a ski resort by the looks of things, and I definitely love ski resorts, so, bonus points for photojournalistic empathy as well. One can relate to their viewer here.
Do you know what I want to point? Nice, man. Nice.
Okay. Well,
do you know what I want to point out?
Someone wanted to see it, so I just put it up there.
Do you know what I want to? Do you know what I want to point out here? I want to point out that Alyx is obviously listening to it on loudspeaker, therefore showing the whole world that the show. He's gone one step further.
It's advertising.
Yeah, he's advertising the show by playing it on a loudspeaker.
Bonus points for that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Massive bonus points for blasting it, unless he's completely faking it and it's on mute, and then terribly disappointed.
Next up is Next Door Matt, who is listening in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Is he Matt's roommate?
Damn.
Is that what Next Door Matt means?
Not, judging by what I've heard about that guy.
No. 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 I can't be frank at the moment.
He's listening in. So I want to point out, first person to be wearing a mask outside. Appreciate you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
And while
Hey, don't dog the other guys. You know, they're out there alone by themselves.
That's true. So, yes. Social
There's nobody out there in winter.
There's nobody out there in winter.
Look at all the snow around. There's no.
I also just want to point out that, like, we've had other similar pictures where the person is in maybe a more extreme setting, like they climbed a mountain or they're on a snowy hilltop. On the other hand, we know that he's in the city, and
he's in Paris specifically.
He's in a city.
He's in Paris. The Eiffel Tower is behind him.
Right, but he could have taken the subway there. He didn't have to climb a mountain to get to it.
He could be on holiday.
Photoshop.
Could be Photoshop.
Is
this how hypocritical we've become?
Whereas the previous people were absolutely not photoshopped at all. I also want to point out that there's no device tuned into the Dad and Sons podcast here.
Yes, we have to go on the fact that his headphones might have us in his ears. We
don't
therefore
know.
might be in Paris near the Eiffel Tower or a Photoshop version of that.
So I don't know. For me, this one docks off a few points. I don't know if I feel too strongly for this one.
Whoa. Well, yeah, okay. Let's move on to the next one.
Well, what do you guys think? Is this going to be the first one that we delete? Because I think
I feel
we
like
could go back. We could go back.
We could go back. Yeah, we go back.
Keep going.
Jonathan Pedroza is next. As we can see, he is listening to the Dad and Sons podcast on a laptop.
He is also doing it, it seems to be, through loudspeakers, possibly.
However, there's nothing going on in the background. Like the last guy, we didn't see this podcast, but we did at least see a fun background.
Yeah, but what do we want? Self-promotion or a funny background?
I do Percano Los Dos.
I mean, both, right? That's
right.
what ultimately we
Yeah.
want. I feel like Jonathan's having a good... Him and Cronkyland's photo are essentially the same photo. But I've got to admit, Cronkyland has more kissable lips. Therefore, is winning here.
Right, right. There's
kissable lips is a plus.
Maybe like a funny facial expression or something. He's
happy. He looks happy. He's happy to be listening to the show.
But is that really going to be enough to get you through decades of life?
I don't know. If you enhance it as well, it is actually playing. It's not paused.
I'm enhanced.
It is playing.
Enhance.
Oh, gee, it's really enhanced, guys. I don't know. Oh, wow. You can see his eyelashes.
There it is. Go deep.
So yeah,
that's what we want to see.
There is a lot of good color, good composition, but I do wonder if the background is lacking.
Next.
Next up is Thorok. Another very similar picture. We have half a side face selfie with the Dad and Sons on the screen in the background. Again, true. In an office room or desk, but once again, there's not much of a. Well, the background is
rule this out. The little green thing in the background.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. But I am immediately going to rule it out because it looks like he has a better microphone than I do. Therefore, he's probably recording
Jealousy, yeah.
He's probably recording a rival podcast.
That's points. That
Therefore,
points.
He's competition.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to execute him.
Oh, is that going to be the first picture we delete then?
I feel like he's recording a rival podcast. He's listening to us for research about how to do a really bad podcast, and he's only going to make a better one.
Half-Tone Tony is trying to get that George vote.
Stop me if you object. I'm about to press the delete button on @Thorok1 here.
Let's do it.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. No, you would.
All right. Yeah, hell yeah. Halftone Tony. All right.
know,
now this
I know
one
it,
has
I
a
knew
special place in my heart.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No, he broke all the rules. This is the first one you delete.
The gray.
This is the first one you delete. Delete that shit.
There is a harmonious balance between the grays and the blues and the greens. We're incorporating some of our favorite material here on the show, which is, of course, Metal Gear Solid. And considerable effort has been shown to make us aware that this person went out of their way to Photoshop something for many minutes at a time. I like how you're able to sync yourself into Strat's like t-shirt if you go far enough into the background there.
I know, right?
But yeah, I feel pretty good about Halftone Tony. You know what? I don't know so much if like rule of thirds are being followed here for a strong composition, but
he's breaking the rule. He's not in the photo. I love it, and it's obviously photoshopped.
Spirit of Halftone Tony. Photo.
Next.
It's art. Mice and Ivy.
Oh, the Twitch chat likes Tony. Oh no, we're gonna have to appreciate that.
We have our first cat pick of the evening. So
and wait, no, this is really important. And I want to point out, and I'm pretty sure this is important. Not only is this a cat, but he's listening to the episode where we got a question about naming somebody's cat. And I'm pretty sure this is the cat we named Metallica or whatever.
Metallica Monkey.
So this is a
Mice.
huge callback.
Way.
This is from Mice and I. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is, that is the
God.
story behind it. And that is amazing. Right? Amazing. And I'm pretty sure this is a callback to, and that cat is the cat we named.
Didn't notice a bit of the Google Docs let me just move that out of the way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, what is also the cat looking at here? This little sticker on the laptop at the, anyone recognize that?
Enhance.
I feel like I see a lot of apostrophes there. Is that French?
I don't, it doesn't matter. We named a cat. The cat is there now, and it's listening to the Dad and Sons podcast. Full loop, full circle, complete.
That's
that is
pretty
easily
strong.
one of the strongest ones.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to delete that cat. In fact, I'm going to keep that one in mind as we go.
That is full on Dad and Sons lore.
Are we
write a wiki on that?
Are we? I'm going to put a star. I'm going to put a star on it. Addison Ivy gets a
the first one to get a star.
Oh, I also gave Strat a star. I just didn't tell you guys. Catman Henry is up
you
next.
Did. Fuck, you did.
with another, I believe the artistic word for this form of art is photo manipulation.
It's called Photoshop, but yes.
As you can see, we are here inside the Animal Crossing universe. Our bright, fruity color scheme is a perfect match for the colors of an Animal Crossing session. It just makes you feel smooth and good inside. It makes you want to eat savory foods and sugary treats.
I do appreciate his character in Animal Crossing. Quite a snazzy little getup with some blue hair on top, wearing a mask.
Yeah,
I think Henry's done a good
hygiene.
job here.
Good for the pandemic going on right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What pandemic?
Not in Animal Crossing. There's no such thing.
Don't be like your roommate, Matt.
Fuck your feelings. 2020. Next.
Space Onion
This one
42.
is the Liam one. This is the Liam one right now. This is the Liam one. Yeah.
Space Indian is a winner.
I bet he is.
He's straight up. Well, I'm just gonna put a star right there as well myself.
Wow.
Not only is he doubling up on the Dad and Sons podcast because he has not one but two versions of the show up, he's also watching me play. I'm pretty sure that's Duck Game very badly. So props to him. www.twitch.tv/dadsonsliam. Thank you very much.
Now, on the other hand, though, there is not much of a background or a location going on.
He does break my number one rule, which would be hypocritical of me then. He is not in the shot, but I am in the shot twice. Therefore...
How do we not know that Space Onion is not you?
Oh, yes.
You are... Are you trying to... is that why you put in the star on there, huh? No one can see you because George has the
It's
whole
covered my face.
covered.
Let
Fucking
me
covered.
go back. There we go.
No, it's too late now.
Too late?
It's gone.
Too late?
It's too late.
Oh. So
I like this next one quite a lot.
this
I'm not
next
gonna lie.
one.
It does break my rule, but it is fucking cool as shit.
I don't know. I'm getting. You guys remember when you're at the talent show at school and then the rich kid shows up after everyone else is trying their hardest on their like hand-me-down instruments, grandpa's acoustic guitar handed down through the generations, and then the rich kid shows up with like all the gear their parents bought for them, and they just blow everyone out of the way. And yeah, sure, their act is cool. Yes, their act may be better than the other kids, but you can clearly tell that they had some money helping them out along the way, and that's the vibe I'm.
Yeah, I can appreciate that, but
Wow.
at the same time, the rich kid is still voting for the underdogs, right?
We have adults listening to this. That's adult money right there. All right, that's adult money right there. What are you talking about, rich kids?
Yeah. And you know,
This
if
is adult
Massimo
money.
has that much money,
like-
he's contributing to our Patreon, I feel like let him spend his money however he wants.
Yeah, no, and he's allowed to, certainly. I'm just saying it might dock points when like there's people on the docket here who have like climbed mountains or traveled the world to the
And all they had to do was buy a but
Le Tower
we do not know.
d'Eiffel.
We do not know if Massimo purposely bought this GeForce RTX and spent all of this money just so he could enter this competition with that screen. That is a possibility.
Secondly, it's an animation. This is a moving image rather than just a photograph.
Yes,
So,
which, you know,
I don't know about
obviously
you
triples
guys,
in
but I'm
points.
gonna be docking points for that.
Wow.
Matt, do you want to
Wow.
star this one? I feel like you've earned a star, Matt. Do you want to star this one?
I definitely want to star this one. Star there. I'm gonna put 2 stars.
hey, don't get that.
All right, shall we move on?
Yes.
Yep.
Melee D has an image of a laptop listening to the show on YouTube. One of the older episodes I see with the older template.
Yeah, there is a Nintendo Switch that might possibly have a YouTube open with the Switch, but you know, it looks like it's not turned on.
And there's a little bit of personality in the background. We can see that they're a fan of who are those guys in the background? The Cure, Tigress. I don't know, but there's music.
There's
in
a
the
Run the
background.
Jewels album. There's a Run the Jewels
okay.
album. That's pretty dope.
That's what that is. I was
Run
just
the
testing
Jewels,
you guys.
so you know that's pretty good. Matt, you
Wait.
appreciate a man with vinyls, right?
Absolutely.
Are you adding a,
Absolutely.
are you adding a star automatically?
I'm pretty darn sure that I'm not gonna have this one win the show, but I don't want to
Look, I
delete
feel-
it.
Yeah, I feel like the past two have shown that at least this show is listened to by adults sometimes.
What? Wow.
Adults with money.
You know that's the Fijis back there, right? Is that what you're trying to? Is that what the one that you're looking at?
The black one, right? On the right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then the one underneath is Run the Jewels. I don't know what the two on the left are.
So
How do you not know what the Fijis are, George? Oh,
I don't
what
know.
am I saying? What am I saying? I forgot what I was talking to.
I've heard of the Bee Gees.
Ready or not?
but
Here, you never killing me softly with his song.
I'm sure
none of
if you
that shit.
played it, I'd recognize it, but I don't know who the Bee Gees are, just like by name.
George, as Twitch is pointing out, George doesn't listen to music. It's fine.
So how do we feel about this one from Mark 5? They're listening to Dad and Sons and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Immediately banned. Immediately banned. Delete it. It's GTA 5. We all know that sucks. Get it out of here. Giving me flashbacks. Delete. Delete.
Negative star.
All right, how do we feel about this one by Aubrey?
Straight up.
We
Go.
have a placid farm scene. The dads and the sons have been pasted into the sun itself. I
It's
want
Aubrey.
Brutal, dude. Holy shit.
I want to bicycle down this. Well, I mean, there was no there was no background, there was no like artistry to it. But here with Aubrey G, we at least have a cute little farm, a cute little country road. Looks
Wait,
little...
is that the real sun?
That is actually what.
Hey, we've finally become sons, guys.
That is the sun that we kind of manifested into the atmosphere. It's totally burning through the clouds there.
Wow, man, really good job with that Photoshop.
Fantastic.
Into that real sun.
Fantastic work.
It looks like that's the sun.
Like the real thing.
Dad and sons.
I can't tell which is which.
The only thing is Aubrey's not in the photo, right? Aubrey's an incredible photographer. I feel like Aubrey could have put a tripod up and put herself in the middle of the field and taken a photo. But it's a good photo. And we are the sons.
So,
yeah, Aubrey.
Oops.
Do better.
Do better.
Scrolling on here to Wilfred Summers.
It's not deleted. Don't delete it.
The rappers, the fun size rappers. Oh my.
At the very beginning, we had a 3DS image, and I did warn you guys that more would be coming up later with maybe more interesting things going on. Here we have a 3DS that's not just looking at the description, but also the art of one of the episodes of the show.
It is playing the show.
A nice
the description.
Caramel and cream, brown and white color scheme is providing the composition for the majority of our shot, with some interesting environmental storytelling going on around the 3DS. As we can see here on the far right of the image, one of those Snickers has been eaten. What does this signify? What does it symbolize? Who ate the Snickers? And should we be upset about that? Or should we be pleased? Are we?
No, because look, there are three. Two of them obviously have Snickers in them.
Oh, yes,
and then
yes.
One doesn't. So it means the three out of the three of us, one of us is not getting a Snickers.
I think I'm the empty wrapper. If we're gonna do it by where our portraits are at.
Yeah. Okay.
He ate your Snickers.
He ate me.
Well, why do you?
He's trying to say I'm a snack.
Oh, are we interpreting this in a horny way? Because definitely.
I can totally follow this. There are 3 dads or sons, and there are 3 Snickers. So why do you think that you are being represented by the empty one? What is the symbology of this painting representing here?
I think Matt just pointed it out.
He thinks I'm edible.
Yeah, he wants to eat Matt.
And I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm very edible. Wilfred, call me up sometime.
I'm free.
I just hope we don't get in too much Twitter trouble or something. Well, should I put a star by it in that case?
I say put a star. I think it's funny. It's kind of funny.
If he was eating the Snickers, we would have had a winner. Look, if he was eating the Snickers in a photo, we would have had a winner. But he's missed a trick. He's missed a trick.
Even more symbolism.
Dude. Yeah.
All right, now we move to Will.
All right, we're getting to the very, almost to the end here. Will R submitted 2. I think that's kind of,
Well, no, it's not 2. It just shows a different angle. It shows you what exactly is happening. That it's not like photoshopped or something. He has this on
an arcade cabinet.
Yeah. That is true, but you know the saying, every frame is a painting.
Oh my god.
So look, at the end of the day, I can't let Will win just because I am jealous of his basement arcade.
I gotta say,
he has Marvel vs. Capcom 2, man. That's all you need.
Metal Slug 3.
Oh,
yeah, I know, right?
Oh man!
I also
damn Will, I'm so jealous.
Like the somewhat interesting slanted angle of image number 1 over image number 2. It's less flat.
Yeah, image number 1 is better, but he's at least showing that he's listening to it through the arcade cabinet, right? Yes. You think about you guys have been to Japanese game centers. Can you imagine if you walked in and heard all the sights and sounds, and then all of a sudden was like, "Hello and welcome to the Dad and Sons podcast."
That is actually the ideal way to listen to the Dad and Sons podcast.
Look, Will is posting in the Discord, word for word. I'm going to defend him here. I was worried people would think it was fake, so I did the other.
Again, exactly what I just said. See?
Yeah, fair play.
See?
Fair play.
Look, it's a
Fair
good
play.
one. I say that's a good one.
Should we star it? Should we star? I think this one could get a star.
I think the next one deserves a star too. Spoiler
Oh,
alert.
we can't star that many, guys. Come on.
I know.
But this
I
is
know.
pretty good, and this is a late
But
entry.
all of these are pretty fucking good. Like
This
This is a
came
late
in
entry and a very
minutes
good one.
before we started the quote-unquote show. We have I Am Tone Deaf here, who is, I wonder why, because this is probably not the way a lot of things in the universe are meant to be listening to, but that's not stopping them from following their own destiny and listening to Dad and Sons the way they want to, on their own terms, which I think is somewhat admirable.
Guys, I'm going to point out, he's not listening to it. It's on pause. He hasn't pressed the play button.
Oh my god, I see. Oh, that's bad.
Oh.
That's a violation.
Missed a trick there. Also, I'd like to point out, this is possibly conspiracy, but it's fake. He's not upside down because his t-shirt, that doesn't look like it's coming down.
Maybe,
It does look like it does. It is coming down, right?
Not-
yeah, it
not
is coming
really.
down.
Maybe it's like
I don't know.
you see like the,
Sort
the,
of
the
is.
rim
Does he
here.
have mega abs that are keeping it up?
But
Maybe-
there's a vein popping though. There's a vein popping.
He might just
Maybe-
have a vein popping anyway.
Maybe he has like wardrobe malfunction tape on to make sure he doesn't, show his belly on camera on live TV.
Oh, maybe live
Yeah,
TV.
that's true.
Oh, some like duct tape.
Maybe,
He
yeah.
could have
Maybe he's
spirit
like,
glue on
look,
under there.
he's like, look, I don't want to be like Strat. I want to be a clean boy.
You want to show that hairy chest? Okay, I get it.
Also,
I appreciate the raccoon shirt. That is pretty dope.
He's like dead center in the middle of a perfectly symmetrical frame. I can't believe it, but there is some accidental artistry to this project.
There is. I actually want to know where he is because it doesn't look like a house,
Yes, it looks like
like a
he's in
classroom or something.
an unfurnished brand new office. He rented out an office space to start a business.
Just for this.
The
shot.
first thing he did, before moving in all the office furniture, was this.
Definitely looks like an office.
The first day of the rest of your life, I Am Tone Deaf, is today, and this is how you've begun it professionally. I gotta respect that hustle.
I mean, he could have fell and broke his iPad. So
Let's
He
give
could have.
this a
He
star.
He risked everything for a shirt
Yeah.
that is definitely a fraction of the price of an iPad.
Definitely.
So, I hate to say it, but it's time to delete every image we didn't give a star to.
Wait.
Whoa.
Are you-
Because I didn't get to star
whoa,
anything.
whoa, whoa.
All right. Strat in. Crazy Bean.
Delete.
Delete, sorry.
Bye, Crazy Bean.
All right. George, you want to go from the top?
You had your chance to start. Pasta Pirate. How do we feel?
There's so many good submissions that like, are we gonna do one with people in it and one with not people in it?
It's got to be one. We got to narrow it down to one.
Gotta narrow it down one. We only got that sponsorship money for
And
one t-shirt.
frankly, as much as I appreciate Pasta Pirate for climbing a mountain to listen to our podcast and take this picture, I just don't know if it stacks up against the rich kid at the talent show who brought in their 3080.
This is exactly.
we got complaints in the
Jackbox.
Discord that we're missing entries, but I don't believe
Wait,
him.
what?
No, don't worry about that. We gotta go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta
but
go on.
gotta move
Also, it's
on.
not a photo, McCree. I'm sorry. You're out, good sir.
Pasta
All right.
Pirate. Yes
Pasta
or no?
Pirate. I'm gonna say delete.
Shaffit.
Oh God.
No, I don't want to delete Shaffit. In fact, I want to retroactively add a star to Shaffit.
It's Wingy. Cronkyland. I don't want to delete Cronkyland either.
Wait,
I don't feel
that's
strongly
critical.
towards
You can't delete
Cronkyland.
critical, man.
Yeah, you can't delete critical.
I
He could
can
bring us
delete
thousands and
critical.
thousands of views.
Look at those moist lips.
And moist lips.
All right. Malix0451. At some point, we have to start making judgment, guys. I know it's
Okay,
gonna
fine.
hurt.
Delete.
Oh,
Fine,
delete it.
fine,
Oh, I'm
fine.
sorry.
Delete the
Delete
fucking
that.
tower. Yeah, delete that
Delete
one too.
Jonathan.
Delete that one too.
Yeah, delete that
Oh my
one.
God. Oh, this is hurting. Definitely fucking delete that shit.
Are you sure? Because
Delete Tony.
Yeah,
Delete
delete
Tony.
it.
If
delete it.
if it didn't break the
Cat
absolute
stays.
letter
It's
of,
gone.
of
It's
the
gone.
law, I would
Cat
pick that
stays.
one. I like
Cat
the
stays.
cat. I'm gonna give the cat.
Cat stays.
What
cat
about
stays.
Kath? We got Cat, but what about
No,
Kath?
Henry. I'm sorry, Henry. I like you.
You gotta go. Yeah.
Space
Onion. You're
delete.
amazing.
You guys put a star
Delete.
on it. You wanted because it's the Liam
It's the only one I
picture.
starred.
Right.
I only starred one, and that was
All
it.
right, and here's
I
Rich
really
Kid
enjoyed
Talent
this
Show
submission.
Massmart.
Yeah,
2
Massmart,
stars.
keep-
I see 2 fucking stars.
But I feel like we have to delete this one. I feel
Why?
like we have to because like it's a good one, but he didn't show his face and stuff. And if we're gonna keep it all to one, like we gonna have to like go with the rules, right? Right?
Yeah. No, for now, just keep it. Keep it for now.
Let's
Okay,
take another
okay.
look. And again, Melee D. I don't feel much attachment towards Melee D.
No, let's get rid of that. Sorry,
Aubrey
Melee
G. Once
I
again,
can't even tell if Aubrey's listening to the podcast at this point.
Wow. Layers of disappointment are being stacked on this thing here.
I expect more.
Okay,
Aubrey
deleted.
Is 2%.
Now Wilfred Sommers, on the other hand, with this little machine in
now
this
it's
pipe,
gonna
we'll
be
keep
contrail.
that.
Just contrail. I'm so sorry.
And now
Wilfred
we're
Sommers.
down to 0% female listenership. Great. Thank you, Liam.
Wilfred Sommers had the deep, meaningful symbolism.
And I brought
going on
Aubrey
here.
with me to the show.
What about the next one? We're moving on. We've been at this for
I like being a fun size.
A long
snack,
time.
even though I'm not really fun size.
Delete.
No. Okay, if there was that much fighting over it, we're not deleting it. Moving on.
No. Go
Alright,
ahead.
Yeah, and the FGC ones, I would delete the second one and just judge him on the first one.
Okay, I can do it.
Wait. Which one? No, I like the first one.
No, I like the first one. I don't like the second one.
It
Did you
doesn't
like the
matter. It's
second one?
Will's submission. It's fine.
Yes.
And then
Doesn't matter
there's
which
I
one.
am tone deaf.
No, I like I am
It's a-
tone deaf.
I
But he's
like
not
that
playing
one.
the show. But he's not playing it.
I still like it though.
We did say listening to the show.
Listen,
That's
you
8.
can't say that and then have like fucking a graphics card playing our show and a fucking arcade cabinet and a fucking cat.
That's
Cats
right.
can
All right.
listen to shows.
No, the cat is lore. The cat is our history. I feel like that.
Moist Critical could not be listening to the show. You don't see that it's playing. He doesn't have any headphones on.
He's
I mean,
got
it could be
speakers.
coming out the
He's got
speakers.
speakers.
But that doesn't automatically say he's listening to
That's
it.
true.
Like, yeah,
So
you can't
before we
judge
go
it
on,
that.
We
before
have
we go
8.
on, right, George, before we go on, we are gonna get absolutely roasted if we do not play one thing before we move on, which
What's
is
that?
a custom Beat Saber map to the theme of the show.
What?
Okay.
That was an
Okay.
entry to the thing.
What?
I sent you a link to it in the Discord. Could you just get it out the way so we don't have any more pitchforks?
Well, was this?
This
gone
was a
through the
submission.
social media song and dance.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Look,
Yeah,
let's just get it out the way.
All right.
Make the Empire happy.
Do it.
He's trying to figure out how to. Oh, here we go.
What setup do you have, George? Like what?
So zoomed in.
Why is the video freezing?
and welcome. To
Why is it extremely laggy?
Because your computer's about to die.
It's Windows 98. It wasn't built for this.
YouTube just crashed.
Oh my. At home, Matt just switched his webcam background over to a beautiful anime woman
An anime waifu.
who he is now seeking.
Oh my god.
as
Oh my god. Okay.
George, you need to stop using Windows 98.
I'm not using
Okay.
Windows 98.
Okay.
Well, I think that automatically wins for breaking George's PC. All right, I think we've seen enough.
I kind of want to know what the chat.
Yeah, let's turn to the
all right,
chat.
so I'm numbering these things. You know, we're gonna make a quick decision right after the chat. You know,
Yeah, chat. What do you think, chat? Who's standing out as your favorite so far?
George, I'm numbering them all. We have 7,
Engineer on the toilet is the first submission on our list.
Oh, the cat's getting a lot of votes.
Shaffet drawing fan art of himself. Second. Moist Critical listening to the show contemplatively is third.
Moist Critical.
Fucking web.
We're just going with that.
Metallica,
the most famous man on
fourth.
Twitch.
I like that Metallica Monkey Mice in the fourth is the fourth submission on our list.
It is the cat.
The graphics card listening to the Dad and Sons podcast is number 5. Japanese arcade machines listening to the podcast is number 6. And I am tone deaf doing the headstand is number 7.
I do like, I'm not gonna lie, I do like the cat a lot.
I like the cat too.
Because
I like the cat.
I do like seeing a guy on the toilet, you know, does something to me internally.
It feels like subconsciously our top 3 are the cat, Moist Critical, and the toilet.
I'm going with cat. I've thought about it for the past 60 seconds.
Okay.
I think I'm going with cat.
Should we do another round of deletions?
Let's delete these other ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's delete these other ones.
Which
Yeah,
one?
sorry, Massima. We love you, but sorry, Will.
Oh, you getting rid of the graphics card?
Oh, I'm tone deaf. Thank you, but no.
And then
Sorry, dude. All
because I love that handstand. All right, so we have 3.
We have 3
left.
And
We have
I'm
3. So it's down
I
to
have
this
submitted
now.
my vote.
All right, so you're for the cat.
I'm for the cat.
Kissable Critical, Strat, the Poopaneer, and the cat. I'm gonna, man, I do like callbacks. I'm not gonna lie.
That cat is our legacy.
I would say
that cat will outlive the podcast.
Yes. Like for me, cat is like number 1. Poopaneer is number 2 because that's bold, man. That's
It's
bold.
poop
I gotta
strats.
respect
Brave.
it.
Poop strats.
And Kissable Critical, we kind of made the joke around his kissable lips and shit.
Yeah.
So
but it's not
like
actually Moist
it's
Critical.
not.
though.
Yeah.
So, but they
Yeah.
do
But
have
I
the
still
same.
like it though.
They do have my
Yeah.
speakers.
Yeah,
We have the
yeah,
same
you have
speakers.
George
Yeah, but
speakers, so
they're not George branded speakers, are they? He's
Mm.
gone. I'm sorry. He's gone.
all
we
right.
have a top 2.
We have top 2, and 1 does the rules properly,
Oh, come on. The kitty
and
cat.
1 is an extreme callback.
The callback though.
What if it's not the cat?
How is this so hard for
What
you
if it's
guys?
not the cat, guys?
Can you imagine?
Oh
What if
my
it is not the
God.
cat?
Do you
Hang on,
guys
I'm
want it
gonna-
to not be the cat just to make
I'm
me
gonna
mad?
check. I'm gonna check what the original tweet that came with the cat is. Bear with me. Fill the air.
Let me get some Pokemon Snap music back on then.
No, my Pokemon Snap music. Aren't they? Isn't there a Switch version coming out?
Oh shit, speaking of Switch, that rhymes with Twitch. And speaking of Nintendo, that rhymes with copyright claims. I wonder if we'll get copyright claims for having Pokemon Snap music in the background of our stream.
Oh man.
Okay. Oh no.
So wait, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to verify that mice and
I'm trying to
Ivy-
verify if it's the real cat, which means Twitter needs to load like hundreds of things.
It is a very young cat.
Okay,
Yeah, it is very young, isn't it?
I don't know.
But
It just says meow meow, and the Twitter user handle is Metallica Monkey Mice in the Fourth. So I think it is. I'm gonna check our mail.
maybe
Oh
it's
my
an older
God.
picture. But wait, hold up. Maybe it's an older picture.
Should we check the
Oh,
metadata?
I don't know.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Cat. It's still a good callback.
Vote for cat. Vote for cat.
Yeah, vote for the cat. I
Pooping cat.
assume it's the
Close
cat.
second, man. Close second, man.
So
The cat wins.
Bring us back on screen, George. Please.
We on screen yet?
We're on screen. We're all clapping. We're all cat clapping.
There it is.
There it is.
We're back.
And I can bring the Pokemon Snap music.
Oh no!
down to
Everybody's saying send 2 shirts. Oh no! Strat should have bought one anyway.
Wait.
All right.
A shirt for the cat as well.
Listen. All right. I will buy Strat a shirt.
Oh.
I'll buy Strat a shirt. So 2 winners. So because he did do the rules.
He did do the rules.
Chat likes it too. So
yeah, two shirts. So we have 2 winners.
2 winners.
Strat and Meisen. If I don't see a follow-up photo of the cat wearing the shirt, then I feel like we've been robbed. But
yeah, but hopefully it is the cat.
Can you imagine if we just gave a shirt away to somebody?
I know, right?
That would so be on point for our podcast.
And there it is. We did it. It only took us 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Were we really doing that for 40 minutes? How many viewers did we? We lost a lot. Oh no! Last time I looked,
this was like the Discord community section for Daddy's.
Last time
everybody can return now. Everybody can return.
Last time I looked at the viewer number, it began with a 2.
Well, I don't know. We're almost peaking.
Right.
We're almost peaking.
What's
Once we
next?
get these live calls now. Oh my god, what a disaster.
Oh my god, these live calls. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Oh boy, are you sure? Are you guys ready for this?
We're gonna do it.
The listeners, the first 3 callers get the codes.
Yes.
Is that the way we're doing it?
George, you want to explain what's happening now?
Yeah.
So listeners can call into our Zoom meeting using the using the
oh god, it's on the screen.
It's on the screen using the Zoom call-in number that's on the screen right now.
Oh my god.
You will be live with just under 200 people because we lost viewers.
You'll be put into the waiting room. We'll be accepting them as they come, first serve. I hope that number is correct for the meeting ID.
George, why am I so large on the screen now?
I don't, hang on, because I gotta move something. Oh god, wait, actually, why are you? Oh, you're not large on the screen. I'm actually getting completely chopped out. Something's going wrong here on the Dad and Sons award show.
Wait, which way? Which way? It's this way, right? Towards Strat's thumb. I'm just gonna hold Strat. Let's be friends.
The hell?
Wow.
Strat.
That's his thumb, right? Okay, yeah, it's his thumb.
I don't know. Could be. In that bathroom, it could be anything.
Oh no! No movements. Stay still, Liam.
you got a little crop there, but anyways, meeting ID it says is 8287. Yep. Well, that meeting ID on the screen is totally fucking wrong. What is it here? 82.
You're gonna have like 50 people trying to call a random Zoom meeting. Like some board meeting is happening right now in like China. All these Dad and Sons fans are calling them in.
Because it changes every time when you start a new Zoom call. 0542. Okay, there we go. Now the code is correct. I fucking tried to get a more regular solution set up, but no, apparently the dedicated call-in number for Zoom calls only work for audio-only audio conferencing. That's not what we're doing.
Look, I'm just gonna throw it out there. We went up by 10 viewers because I was touching Strat's thumb. So I assume that's
we all know sex sells on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
and that's going to be our strategy from here on out. We're going to start selling lewd photos and calendars.
And bath water.
Is anyone working? It says it needs a passcode. Of fucking course it does. Okay. Well, let me put that on the screen too. Passcode's going to be 472. Thought I turned that off ahead of time, but of course I didn't because that's how great. 47 put 2. Okay.
It would work, Matt, but George is like playing the Discord. Oh, Matt's in on it.
Good hand-eye coordination here, because we're a bunch of fucking gamers, right? Can Belle Delphine
Look at
join
that
the
chin.
podcast?
Look at that chiseled chin.
Are we talking about Strat or are we talking about Anime Boy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at all these people in our waiting room now. One of them is named Beepus. Well,
Oh, God.
I played D&D with Beepus yesterday. How did
Okay.
we check the waiting room? I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
see
so.
this.
How many people? How many people is it?
16. It's 16.
Oh, damn.
Jesus
The
Christ.
number keeps getting higher. All right. Here we go. You guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Call.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
here we go.
Welcome to the Dad and Son's waiting room. Can you hear us? Oh, geez. Liam's portrait got all messed up from that. Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Hi. Yes,
Hello.
you're coming through. You're
live.
working correctly. Hi.
Hi.
So
No need to be nervous, my friend.
what's your name, friend? What should we call you?
Call me Pony.
Hey Pony, what do you think of our game choices? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you want to fight about it, chump?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree that Hades was pretty good.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that seems to be a fairly non-controversial opinion this year.
What was actually your favorite game of the year?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I actually played a lot of World War Z with my friends, and I had a good time with that.
World War
legit,
Z.
that's fine.
Does that count?
It's a terrible game, but like, I mean, I had fun with it, which I think qualifies.
It
Is
was
that-
free on Epic Games for a bit. I think I have it.
Isn't that
Yeah.
like old? I feel like if I played
Yeah,
that,
does it
everyone would
count
make
if it
fun
came
of
out in
me.
2019 though?
It does count.
Oh, they'd be
Eh.
ripping me apart if I said that.
The game. Well, yeah, of course, George, because you don't play games in 2020. You know, play
That's true.
I
we-
play Hunt Showdown. I
Ni-
play Hunt
ni-
Showdown in
1989. You know, yeah, you're running Windows 98.
I'm
Pony,
not
what
running
about a
Windows
game
98.
from 2020? What if you had to choose a game from 2020? What would it be?
Probably Hades. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Everyone's gonna pick Hades for everything. Okay, Pony, what is your least favorite game of 2020?
Yeah.
What was like your worst game?
my
Let's
least
argue
favorite-
about something,
I don't
Pony.
play bad games.
Whoa! You just admitted to
That
playing World War
sounds-
Z. What are you
that,
talking about?
That sounds like a
Yeah.
hell of a statement someone really proud of their own tastes would make. Oh.
You're right.
Hey, Pony,
Well, yeah.
what did you eat for lunch the day before yesterday?
do you have questions that I'm not seeing? Where are they? I don't see these on the doc.
I just came up with that just now.
I think he's going down the list of like this is what George does on dates, right? Like
Yeah,
also,
this is
did
what
you
he
eat?
asks when he runs out of topics.
Okay, George, actually, I have a off-topic question for you.
Yes.
But I want
Ooh.
to see if you remember something.
Oh no.
MomoCon 2017, like the very last day. Do you remember some guy that came up to you and talked about how he based a college paper off of some of your videos?
I
Kind
think
of.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
remember
Matt,
hearing
were
about
you
this.
with me for that one?
That was
think
me,
I-
yeah.
Oh wow. It's such a small world. How the hell?
And now
is-
you get a game.
No.
Now you get a
You're
game
rewarded.
for calling in.
You get a second chance. Okay, actually, new follow-up question for Pony then. How much did your life improve after writing that paper that was following my inspirational
Oh my
advice?
God.
Well, not very much because I got
Oh!
accused and apparently I. 'cause
Did you
apparently
fail?
It was I didn't cite my sources correctly because my teacher or my professor at the time didn't really know how to cite YouTube videos as a source. So I would say actually you might have made my life a little bit worse.
You know what? That's pretty accurate, right, George?
But no,
How
no,
are you still
Pony is
here?
the
How are
only
you still
person
calling
who's ever
in and
said
listening
that.
to us?
We have to give
I
this
mean,
person a
these-
game now.
These get degrees, that's why.
That's true. That's true.
It is true.
Do you have any final questions before we yeet you out of here?
And he has to pick a game first too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, what are the choices again?
You can choose between Noita, Ikenfell, or Hades. And it sounds like you already have
probably-
Hades, so the idea is to
probably
get people.
Ikenfell.
Okie dokie.
Oh, well done.
Ooh.
Do you have any final questions before you leave?
Yeah. Why did you delete my picture?
Ooh. Which one was it?
The Metal Gear one.
Oh, Tony.
The George one.
Yeah, of course. That's why.
I liked it. It's these two people you want to be asking about, not me.
He was trying to get an easy T-shirt.
Look,
you were
if
trying to
you-
get an easy.
yeah. And
All
we
you
still
have to
ended up
do to
giving you
win
a
over
game.
George is say Metal Gear. All right, maybe put a little accent on it. Maybe whisper it in his ear.
A little accent.
Look, Tony, you know
Gear.
the rules here. Me and Matt don't like George pandering. Come on. This breaks the rules.
So much tension. So much tension.
Well, I think thank you very much for calling in.
Is it okay if
Thank you guys.
if I text this number the game code later?
Sure.
Yes. Awesome. All right. Look out for
That's
that
gonna
over the
get
next
lost.
Or you can
couple
just
days.
DM me on the Discord because I'm.
He's
on
in the
Patreon.
Discord. Tony
I-
is in the Discord. We'll get you.
I will let you know. Wait, was that Pony or Tony?
Tony.
Halftone Tony.
I've been saying Pony this whole time.
I thought it was Pony because you said, "Oh shit!" You're
All right. I get
Yeah.
pleasure talking to you, Tony. That was a lot of fun. We'll move on to the next caller now. Have a good night. Hello, and welcome to the Dad and Sons
Oh, no.
podcast.
He's eating chips. He's eating chips.
You're sounding a little pooty there. Hello, or are you human?
Oh no.
Are we
Oh, no.
connected? Have we
Fix
established? Are you fully plugged into
You
the
might get a
Strand
yeet.
network? All right, moving on. Next caller. Who's
Oh,
no, he's still here.
Here goes-
George.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, welcome. You made it. You made it in. How are you doing?
Did you get? I think you removed the wrong one.
Hello.
No,
Oh, there you
they're
go.
still
Okay,
there.
okay.
Can you hear us?
There it is. Can you hear us,
Hello.
sir?
No, what is happening?
Oh no.
The first one went
Yes?
fine. Hey,
Can you hear us
Yes.
now?
is it working?
Technology is hard.
Oh no. What? Now we have a choice.
I think we
I
should.
can hear you, George. I
Oh,
just want to
only
say
George?
I've been a big
Oh, okay.
fan since I watched Critical Close-Up Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate hearing messages of love all the time. Question is though, are we like having real time connections here? It sounds like you might be quite far behind us.
There is input lag of about 20 seconds.
Oh, that's a
Oh.
lot.
Okay.
Wait.
Do we have to wait?
Yeah,
have to wait for
should we stay or should we go?
No, we should. We can still offer him the game.
It's okay.
No. So what we do? We ask him one question,
Okay.
Yeah, one question. What was your game of the year?
and then we wait 20 seconds.
The
In
turn-based
silence.
game.
Dead silence.
Any minute
What's your
now.
question, Matt?
I can't tell whose turn it is in the turn-based game we're playing. What was your question, Matt?
It's your turn, George.
So, all right, only George talk. Say the question again, George.
What was your favorite game this year? Anything?
Super Mario 64 was my favorite game on the Switch.
Wow.
Or Yakuza 7.
Oh, okay. Two good games. Two really good games.
Expect it to go this way.
I know,
So-
right?
We're gonna just assume yes.
Yes,
that
well done.
We can
Game-
send him a code through this number later.
Okay, thank you. I have the 228 number, and Liam, I love Yakuza. I have all of them.
Excellent. You'll get that in 20 seconds.
Thank you for joining.
Oh,
228.
boy.
Wait,
wait,
he did
wait,
pick
no,
one. He
yeah,
did
we
pick
gotta
one.
pick
He
a
has to
game.
pick one.
Pick
What's
a
left?
game.
Okay, you guys are great. Bye-bye.
Oh no! No!
I'm gonna have to put Gamer Goo on my eyes.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the show. 301. What should we call you? Hello. I think we hear you laughing
hi.
back there. Hi.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
Oh my
Aubrey!
god. We know who that is. I'm
know
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry we hate your photograph.
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Oh,
it's fine. It wasn't my best work. I didn't put enough effort.
You're getting a game anyway. It's fine. It all worked out for the best. Aubrey.
Well, thank you very much. Honestly, the podcast is truly wonderful. Thank you so much for hosting it, you three. I truly just wanted to thank you and call on air to say that.
Thank you. Aubrey, can you tell us what was your favorite game of the year?
I'm pretty basic, so it's going to be Hades.
No,
That's several
no.
people's choices.
No.
What was the
Another
most
one.
overrated game of the year? What's something spicier we can talk about?
Oh, what's overrated game of the year?
Yeah, let's do a little bit of negativity.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not a negative person. I don't know. Oh gosh, I hate being put on the spot like that. Maybe Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy VII, but I don't know if it was worth the wait.
Mm.
You might get death threats for that. You got to be careful.
I mean,
I love the original game a lot, but the ending, I don't know. It just feels like it's never going to finish. It's going to only ever be that one game. They're going to maybe do one more, and it's going to be, they're never going to cover what's in the original game. So it's not a true remake if it's only part of the game. I don't know.
Ooh, so like Final Fantasy VII Part 1 remake. Should it maybe called?
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job for what it was, for the beginning part of the game, but it's never going to be a full remake. So a little bit of false advertising. Maybe that's my spicy take.
There it is. Which game
Would you like?
Yeah.
Noita or Hades?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I already played Hades, so probably Noita.
And everyone's gonna not pick Hades, right? We're gonna get the next
Our
caller.
last caller, the 20 seconds behind, also asked not for Hades.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Yeah.
if it's Hades, it's fine because I can gift it to somebody and they'll enjoy it too. So whatever is good.
We'll send you Noita
Yeah, we'll sort you out.
since that was your
That's all right.
first choice.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. And seriously, you three, thank you so much for all the time and effort you put into this podcast. We truly appreciate it.
Time
All
and
the
effort.
support.
Where'd you get that from?
Yes, that means it's working. One last question. One last question, Aubrey.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dad rock?
Dad rock?
Yeah.
Like music?
Yeah.
That
Oh.
was Dad Rock. What's Dad Rock?
Dad
George
rock
is
is
asking a
rock
question about
jazz
something he
into.
doesn't understand. I like it.
Broadening
Like, what do
my
I sing at
horizon.
karaoke, or like, what do I blast in the car? Probably, I guess, if it's like a karaoke song, I love "Love Shack" by B-52s.
Oh, nice.
They're
I
from
like that.
Georgia.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait,
They
whoa!
are.
What's up with the fact, George?
George knows something.
What the fuck?
George
I
has
know
actually
one
been lying
thing.
the whole time. He actually is a huge music fan. He just didn't want to let anyone
Can
know.
you imagine?
Oh my god! Thank you so
All
much for calling
Well,
in.
thank you.
Aubrey.
Thank
you
you,
so much. I
Aubrey.
really appreciate it. Have a great night.
Bye.
Are you too?
Bye.
Well, while we can't offer any more games, should we take a couple more calls?
Oh,
for fun?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we're on the
definitely.
same page here, guys. Bring in
All
the
right.
next one.
We're just going in order of how they're coming in. Hello, 323 number. You are on the Dad and Sons the Dad Awards Cyberstream Spectacular 2021. How are you feeling? What's your name? What should we call you tonight?
Just call me 323. I just thought I'd give this a try, and I'm super nervous right now.
Oh, no worries,
all
323.
good.
That's me too. I just hide it very well. That's my secret. I'm always nervous.
Hides it well, he says, turning red.
So 323. What do you
Yeah, I
think
saw
of...
those George Beatmans in the chat.
Oh my God, Jesus. Yeah. Well, what about games this year? Let's say some controversial, nasty things about video games. Man, what? Hades is a big, dumb, stupid. What a bad game of the year choice, right? Everyone chooses it. So uncreative and unoriginal, right?
The worst game of the year?
Yeah, go. Fire it.
Everyone's
I
been so
don't
happy
play a
and
lot of
positive.
games. I'll be honest with you, I don't play a lot. I must have played like 4 or 5 2020 games.
Oh, thanks.
To be honest.
Me too.
That's more than George.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck off. Jesus, this is just the Bullying George podcast.
Look, George,
It is.
you don't play them. I don't finish them. Matt is the complete whole of both of us.
Yes,
If I could choose my least favorite, maybe Doom Eternal. I like it, but there's a lot of platforming and, it gets a bit complex. I just like the
Yeah.
simplicity of 2016.
That seems like a very divisive one this year, because I've heard a lot of both positive and negative takes, and I've actually wanted to give it a try for myself, because from what I've heard of it, it almost sounds like it addresses some things I didn't like as much about Doom 2016, which other people did. So maybe it's like a yin and a yang thing. If you didn't like 2016, maybe you like Eternal. If you don't like Eternal, maybe you like 2016. I don't know.
I totally forgot it even came out this year. Last year.
Yeah.
It showed up on a lot of people's lists.
Really?
Yeah, when I was going through like
Surprising.
candidates, Doom Eternal did show up a lot.
It's so weird hearing George do his whole fast talking spiel like live over the phone. It's so surreal.
Yeah, it's not editing. That's all him.
Oh yeah.
Constantly. It never
It sounds
stops.
like 1.25 speed.
Have you played Hades a lot at all?
That's one of the 2020 games that I haven't gotten to. So I was going to say for a code.
What a coincidence! Because you get a free Hades code. Should I text it to this number? Is that going to be a safe, not too embarrassing way to get you that code?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, sounds.
Just,
good
we'll
to me.
sort it all out after the show.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Do you have any final questions before we yeet you out of here?
No, nothing comes to mind. Just wanted to check in with the dads and sons.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much.
A lot of fun. Thanks for calling in, Mr. 323. Why do I feel like we might actually be talking to like some super dangerous spy contact or something, and that's their code name?
I'm just very nervous.
If we're actually on the phone with Agent 47 right now, and he's
It's the real Moist Critical calling in. He just doesn't want to give his
The
name
operation was a success.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, have a wonderful
you.
night.
All right, cheers, you guys.
Yeah,
take care.
you
Take
too.
care.
Can we get the next one in?
Yeah, we are going to be out of game codes though after this next one though, but let's definitely do more. Definitely have had a good crowd in tonight, and I do want to say ahead of time we did make a plan in case it wasn't going to. But anyways, hello, and welcome 414.
Whoa, I'm here.
You're
I'm
live. You're on.
You're here. Whoa.
Oh my God, I'm here. I made it. I'm
So what's your name? What should we call you?
I in the Discord right now. I'm Auntie Snatcher. I go by many nicknames. I think it was Black Doom.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, hello. Hey.
Yeah.
It's been a while. We haven't seen you around for a long time.
Hey, man. School, life. They suck.
Ball and
They suck,
chain.
Yeah.
Basically,
At least you're taking your time to study hard and not get distracted by us. I appreciate it.
Hopefully not get distracted by Hunt
Thank
Showdown.
you.
So
Man, Hunt Showdown.
What you think of games this year? You play anything other than Hunt Showdown?
I played Doom Eternal. I got halfway through.
Yay or
what
nay? You like it or not?
I mean, it was fun because I got on PC, so I was learning mouse and keyboard and stuff. Because I'm originally a console peasant, and I've ascended to PC gaming, and it's pretty fun.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Ascension is always good.
Have you gone higher than 60 FPS yet? Because that's a good step to take. That one feels good.
But next year, man, or not next year, in a few weeks, we're ascending. We're going even further beyond.
Oh yeah.
You'll never be able to go back after that.
No, you won't. You won't.
Like even you start. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but didn't we all go through this where you like start noticing the frame rate in movies and TV and stuff after you start paying attention to it in games? Like you do not unsee that stuff. And when you go higher than 60, it's like nothing else looks like that IRL until it's a very, very unique sensation of just how smooth and responsive it can get in the
I definitely don't want to watch a movie in 144 frames per second. I definitely don't want that.
What if
The Hobbit all over again?
Yeah, Peter Jackson.
No.
Gonna make the Silmarillion next.
The gamer movie. 144. No.
So what was your game of the year then? What was your game of the year before you leave us?
My game of the year, Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition.
Oh my God! Get him out of here now! Get him out! I can't boot him out.
No, I don't like the game, but I almost have 100 hours. I had to beat it.
100 hours.
Don't be like me with Hunt Showdown.
100 hours.
Wait! You were taking pictures and stuff, right? I think I remember this. You were taking pictures and stuff of Final Fantasy, right? Like the Brotherhood and shit like that.
Yeah, this
is kind of like the interactions.
Pictures, and it all glitched. I lost majority of my photos. I can't get them anymore. Man.
Yeah. But I think you deserve that for spending 100 hours in Final Fantasy 15. To be honest.
I'm still not done. I have to do the DLCs, man. I'm struggling through it, but that's my game of the year.
At least Hades is not wiping the board like everywhere else on the internet.
That's true.
I just haven't played it yet because I was busy with Final Fantasy 15.
Oh man, you keep saying it, man. You keep saying it.
So
I can't let it go. I can't.
Thanks.
That was a good George scream. Well done. March for your impression.
Thanks for joining us. We got to move on though. There's
30
people in the waiting room. So if we're
oh my God,
there's no way we're getting through all.
There's no way we're getting through all. But if we're gonna be going through a chunk of them, we gotta.
We'll do a couple more. Yeah, we'll do a couple more.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful night.
Stop picking at random, George.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm picking them from the top of the list. Next one is 269. Hello, welcome to the show.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Indeed.
What? My name's George.
I'm pausing the stream so that I can hear you clearly.
Hi. What should we call you?
I'm Comfy on Twitch. I hope you are too. That's literally what I say. Shit, that was so cheesy.
George,
you're like such a gem on YouTube.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry. Yeah, no, really, I love your videos, man. I love now I'm drawing a blank. Great. This is what it's like to meet someone that you're a fan of. Wow. Okay. I feel dumb.
It happens.
What would your grandfather
the recent
think
one
of this?
on
okay.
Wait, what does my grandfather think of this?
Yeah. What would your grandfather think of all this?
My grandpa. Okay, so I'm from Puerto Rico. My grandpa would say, "Ay, mijo, yo no pueden oír todo cómo se dice esto." And this guy, I mean, like I've shown him things before. He thinks it's neat. But the guy, you know, he I told him that I was playing with my friends, and he was like, "What are you talking about? There's nobody here." And I was like, "No, on the computer, Grandpa." No, and he was like, "No, you can't. There's no one here." And I was like, "No, on the computer, Never mind. What is it?" You know, so
he just really didn't understand.
He doesn't. Yeah, no. He now he does. Now he has a cell phone, and we FaceTime before.
Good.
Dude, it was, you know, he like burst into tears getting Facebook to work. He was like, "Oh my God, I can see you."
Yeah.
You forget
it's really
that
good, though.
for tech, for some people, especially like grandparents who can see their kids, you know, hundreds of miles away.
Yeah,
it must be a pretty enlightening experience the first time that happens.
So I was listening to
it really is.
I was listening to a podcast the other day about how old people are so much more susceptible to misinformation than the rest of us. One of the reasons why is that a lot of times they don't know that there's a social media algorithm picking and choosing Facebook news stories for them. Like, they think Facebook has an actual news department vetting these stories given to them. And when you think about getting an old person on there for the first time, like, my mom made the same mistake until I told her otherwise. So make sure you tell your grandpa that the stuff he sees on Facebook is not made by a real news department. Like if you tell someone that, a lot will click into place that would not have otherwise.
I hope so, man. I've told, he's a pretty sensible person. He's actually really discerning, but he always read the newspaper, you know. I think that the people who don't understand that what they see isn't always news are the same people who didn't really read news. You know what I mean? Like, the newspaper like kind of went out, and
it's funny.
It's strange that
They come from that generation, though. Like, they grew up reading the newspaper and like getting these fairly serious stories in from fairly serious journalists. So it is surprising how often that generation doesn't use the same reading skills for the news they get on the internet.
It is. It really is. And it's harder, though, because these people are the same people who get scammed by, you know, someone who sounds familiar to them from, you know, an Oriental country. I'm sorry, you know, like Korea or something like that, or Vietnam. I mean, there's scams that happen like that. My aunt was scammed like that one time.
That does happen in Japan quite frequently.
The same way.
Really?
In Japan too? It happens everywhere. There's one streamer on Twitch called Kit Boga who literally his only thing is scamming scammers, and he hacks them while he is being hacked. It's weird. He has like a virtual computer that they hack into while he's talking to them on the phone. And he makes his voice to sound like an old lady or like someone dumb, and he just acts, and it's the whole chat is in on it, and it's so crazy, dude. And while that's happening, you know, my coworker is like, you know, having trouble with her cell phone, just like even operating it. It's such a weird time because the divide is everywhere. It's on the technical, on the political, on the psychological. Like, TikTok is showing us that some people don't even see things that they read in their head. They don't have a visualization machine in their mind. And I'm like, what? That's how I do things. It's weird.
The other thing that happens is that as you get older, your social network shrinks down as well. So you start to trust the people who are left more and more. And that's also, old people are more trusting. And that's another reason, on top of not knowing computers good, that's another reason why so many financial scams target.
Man.
So there's like, there's layers that are more complicated than just, you know, her boomer dumb. Like, there's real social reasons behind this that are a lot of stuff we're gonna have to work through over the next few years.
Absolutely, and it's gonna take a lot of time to just get through the emotional crap. But I think that starting out, what I've been doing lately has been saying, you know, the point I'm talking to you for is so that I can hear you, so that I can see you for who you are, you know, and I hope that's why you're starting this. And that's it. Like, someone's going to get upset about something because it's been like that for like, what, 4 years now, if not more? It was starting kind of in 2012 even. So,
I mean, it's just easier to see people's opinions either side now, and you can be angry about it because it's right there in front of you and very easily accessible. Bad opinions like, what's your game of the year?
My game of the year is Doom Eternal, honestly, because it felt finished. It felt finished, and Cyberpunk didn't. Hades was a fun one, but it was one that was repetitive. So Doom Eternal was my easy go-to. I'm still playing it. It's great, and I don't want to take up all your time. There's somebody else who wants to talk,
Well, that was a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I appreciate. Thanks for the time, man. Keep on making videos. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Thanks for calling in. That was dope, man.
All right, 469. How you doing? Welcome.
Whoa, am I on the world famous Dad and Sons podcast?
There's a whole 163 people listening to you right now. What kind of name do you want to give to them for your own safety and protection?
What is up? I like this attitude.
What's your code name?
Oh man, the energy is unwarranted. It is late as hell over here.
Thank you. We appreciate it. What can we call you?
Oh, this is Jamdy from chat, Twitter, wherever you can find me.
Awesome.
Haven't started a Twitch yet. Probably never will. Seems like a lot of stress.
Don't worry, we got that covered for you. Tell us about your favorite game of the year.
Well, shout outs to Liam on this one because Liam, you introduced me to Into the Breach last year.
Yeah.
And that is such a beautifully designed game. And honestly, and I know this is breaking the rules, but I kind of played it the most this year too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good game. I mean, yeah, you broke the rules, but good game.
I sure did. And shout outs to George on this one, but I might have a short list game of this year that he retweeted on Twitter.
Oh. Is it Ancestor?
Science of the Sojourner. I don't know if any of you have played it.
Yeah, no, I have not played it, but that does look like something I'd really, really get into and that I want to play.
Yeah, shout out to that game. I mean, you posted that something games in your inbox about the bird game. I forget what it's called, but you play cards and collect birds.
Wingspan.
Yeah, incredible game there. But if you like card games, if you like deck builders, and if you like a game that interweaves its mechanics into a story that kind of makes you feel stuff, it's a great choice. Okay,
nice.
Now if I'm really gonna have to pick one from 2020, I'm gonna have to be boring and not say Hades. I would say Final Fantasy VII Remake. Sorry, just the production value, the music, the voice acting. I know it's been getting some hate because it's not a full remake, but as someone who never completely finished Final Fantasy VII but loved the Midgar section, Matt knows what I'm talking about. This was a perfect Midgar section.
Right.
I really liked it, man.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
It's gonna be like
now, George. Before I go, I know you have a list of questions there. They just seem so interesting. I would like you to ask me one.
Well, unfortunately, I actually got to the end of my list of questions, so
no.
I will think.
You gotta rehash one, George.
I will think one off of my head right now. Who was the
Good.
first? Yeah, I think this might actually be a good one. Who was the first big famous YouTuber you got into in like the earliest days of whenever you started going down this hole we're in right now that led you here? Did you watch anyone that led you to me that might have led to the podcast? Like, because when I started out, my big inspirations were so weird to say nowadays. Like, I was making my videos to look like JonTron and Red Letter Media. So, like, there's definitely a long breadth of history to go down.
It is.
That's a name.
Yeah. So who were your embarrassing first favorite YouTubers?
Oh,
damn. So if we're going back to like YouTube using the 5-star rating, plain white background,
like, rate, comment, subscribe.
Shout outs to anime music videos, my dude. Like,
AMVs. Yeah, get in there. Yeah, fuck yeah, early YouTube.
That's not
with Dragon Ball Z and Linkin Park mixed together. Yeah.
That's not a personality.
Of all people, so
that's a genre.
Shout out to anime music videos, and I have to say, Ego Raptor. I grew up with him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of course. Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah.
Good old Aaron. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, it's been great. Sorry I couldn't get in for the free game. You guys really love your fans.
Whoa. Delete him. Whoa. Delete him. Get rid of him. Quick, get him out, George.
And Liam, guys, wish me luck. I'm trying to get into the JET program this year. So.
Oh, good luck, dude.
You got this.
Hopefully I'll be over into a country that makes sense.
Yes. I mean, you think that now. Wait till you get here, but good job. Good luck.
Either way, that will
Can't wait
make
for
your
it.
life
All right, see you guys.
a
Thanks.
lot more interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
George, I think we're gonna have to move on to the golds.
I think we will. I mean, I was having a fun old time there, but I might have gotten a little carried away because
we only have so much of the dance left in us.
It's also almost midnight over here. We've been on for 2.5 hours. The time is just flying by, but it is now time to finally.
This has to be put into audio format somehow.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So our favorite game of the year is something we're finally getting around to now. And
God,
Matt,
we're on the golds. Our game of the years.
Matt, you are up first.
I'll make this quick because I talked about this a lot past podcasts. You know what's coming, Liam. You know what's coming. Yakuza 7.
Yeah, I knew it.
You guys love that shit. You guys were talking about it on Discord for weeks back and forth. Like the hype moments you were sharing between each other was really fun to read through, even as an observer out here. There's so many fun screenshots of that game everyone posts, you two included.
Yeah,
It's a
I
great
devoured
game.
a 60-hour game. I devoured that shit, man.
I remember
Without-
you
it's-
like hating on the villain even. you would just post him in Discord and be like, I want to punch this fucker.
Yeah. Oh my god. What was it? Something Japan. What was it? What was
Bleach
the group
Japan.
called? Bleach
Yeah, I
Japan.
thought you were talking about the
Bleach
anime.
Japan.
Oh
Bleach
my god. Oh my god. Oh man, that game has so much going for it. So much going for it. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this like side quest, the little mini games. It's like a game that wants you to touch it, you know? It's like, I'm here for you. Just play me, have
embrace
some
me.
fun. Yeah, has some serious moments. It's a little ridiculous, but that's kind of what you play these games for. It's I would say it's probably I played Yakuza 7. I mean, not Yakuza 0 is what I played and got 40 hours in and I quit. This game held my attention the entire way. And the ending was rough. It was a good rough, man. It was a good rough. Liam, you should fucking beat the game.
I am. Look, I put it in my bronze for a reason, right? It's that.
You know,
It's
he's
in
not
my
gonna finish it,
mind
guys.
every
Guys,
day.
He's not gonna finish it. He's not gonna finish it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna say
I'm glad it's your gold though.
Yes. It's very surprising because you were like, oh yeah, man, you might like this game, and I played it and I couldn't stop. I could not stop. Yeah, I couldn't stop. I'm glad it was like it's rare that you pay $60 for a game and you're like, man, that was worth my money. That was worth my money and my time, because time is definitely something you just give away these
Worth
days.
more than money.
Yeah, it's a little worth more than money, you know. So, yeah, especially nowadays. Yeah, I for sure top.
Congratulations to Yakuza 7 getting 2 awards.
A 70-hour RPG that actually respects your time is something that comes along like once every 5-6 years.
I wouldn't go as far as to say it respects your time entirely.
Yeah.
Those dungeons
they
go
stop
on for
you
a long time.
They're like, hey, the side quest is super goofy. You kind of want to finish it up. You're like, no, but I want to go to the main quest. What are you doing? Leave me alone. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, I guess that moves on to me then. I don't know how much of a surprise this is going to be to people, or generally I really couldn't think of what was my favorite game, right? But I then just decided out of mostly games that I have played a lot of or finished or just generally thought I had a swell time with. And my game of the year is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to do
I'm kind of
Hades.
surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back to when we talked about it, and like all of the positives definitely outweighed the negatives on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And The only thing I can really think of going back is all the PNG backgrounds of when you're running around.
And the ending. The ending is
no, because I disagree. I really liked the ending. I was somebody who really liked the ending. I liked the build-up and the fight against Sephiroth and everything. I thought it was really good. Like the whole nether space you're in. I really, really liked it. And it's
did you
not
get it?
that
I
long.
didn't get the ending. Did you get it?
I mean, it's
I haven't watched a video on it, but you know, that's what you're supposed to do
haven't
these
either.
days. Is watch a video like, hey, explaining the ending of a game that should have been already explained in the game.
I have theories of my own, and that's what I kind of like about it, because it's not that out there. I think possibly, if anybody cares, I think Sephiroth is from an alternate dimension where he lost and is coming back to try and right the wrongs of what he did the first time round. That's what I think they're gonna do. That's my theory. And then you're in the Crisis Core world now because he fucked up again because Cloud beat him again. That's my theory. But I really liked the battle system. I think it was really fun. It's not that long. It's 30 hours, which perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I really liked the characters. I really liked everything's voice acted. Barrett is maybe a bit too much.
Weird. Yeah.
But Aerith is great, Tifa's great, Cloud is actually great, and Sephiroth is really great, and I really like the final end. I liked it. And I finished it. So it definitely is up there because I finished it. So for me, that's quite important. Yeah, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake. There you go.
Yeah,
that's mine.
So you finished Final Fantasy Remake, but all the other games, no. That's really weird, Liam.
Maybe
I'm
that's
worried
why,
about you. I'm worried about you, Matt.
guys, I need help.
You do need help, man.
I chose
that's the game you finish.
Look, none of them were indie games as well this year. I just chose 3 AAA games.
No one cares about indie games, right, Liam?
That's true, dude. That's why we got the joke category.
Okay. I might want to question that because we on the show obviously love indie games.
We love it. Yeah.
And when I hop on Discord and see what people are talking about, or when I hop on Reddit and see what people are talking about, they're talking about indie games.
Well, they're talking about Hades, right?
Well,
we just had 3 callers who said Doom Eternal, so I don't know.
So it's I don't consider them.
No, they're lovely. They're literally my livelihood, so they're great.
And that's why my game of the year was a AAA game.
And not only that, it's an
electronic art.
And not only that, it can be played in
VR, which shouldn't be the least surprising one of those 3 categories. Yeah, I'm doing Star Wars Squadrons for my game of the year. When I partially
not Hunt Showdown
that came out last year. But yeah, Hunt Showdown
that was
absolutely
his
is
game of
the game I played the most this year, and Hunt Showdown is now my most favorite competitive FPS game of all time, and I totally have a Hunt Showdown problem. Please help.
You do. If anybody knows how to quit Hunt Showdown, please send messages to George.
But
yes,
that would be helpful.
But I'm going with Star Wars Squadrons because unlike Hunt Showdown, I have no negativity associated with that game. Unlike Hades, I had no frustration, no repetition set in with that game. There might have been one annoying mission, the second to last one of the campaign. Other than that, the campaign was solid, fun, fine. The multiplayer is pretty darn good. I played about 10 hours of the multiplayer, played 10 hours of campaign, and just had a blast for the whole goddamn time. It was like childhood wish fulfillment that worked. I just couldn't get over how simply everything worked. My old ass joystick just worked perfectly. The cockpit has a droid in the back that is fully animated when you press all the right correct buttons. There were no features missing that I thought would be too hardcore for 2020 when making a follow-up for these weird old 90s PC space sim games. Everything was just there, everything worked, and everything that does work there works so satisfyingly well that when I get myself strapped up and get ready to play this game, you see my tail wagging and I'm super excited and happy about it. I did not play as much of it as my other games this year, but out of sheer positivity associated with the memories of it, totally gonna do Star Wars Squadrons. I have not been that happy playing a game in years.
Do you feel bad that you chose that over Alyx? Or are you surprised that that became over?
I am.
Are you surprised if somebody told you in January of 2020, George, there is a Half-Life sequel in VR that will revolutionize VR, but by the end of the year, you will like a Star Wars game by EA instead of it.
I am surprised, but it makes a lot of sense because Half-Life Alyx is janky in many ways that Star Wars Squadrons is not. Like, by the sheer virtue of being a cockpit game controlled by a joystick, there are less things that go wrong in a session of Star Wars Squadrons than Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx. Also, Star Wars Squadrons has no reason to do the whole look at the movie or look at the theme park ride happening in front of you that you can't interact with. Star Wars Squadrons throws you into a dogfight right in the very beginning of the campaign and it's not as passive. Like there's no disappointing aspect to it is what I guess is why it's above the other big contenders. Like I have no complaints about it whatsoever.
That's good. I mean, that's how it's your gold. You made a video on it. It's gold.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
In terms of scale and scope and interactivity, sure. But in terms of just like the positivity there is to glean from there is no contest. Like that was the most fun I had playing a game this year. So that is my game of this year.
Matt, did you get around to trying it? I can't remember if you got around to trying it.
Which one?
Star Wars
Squadrons.
No.
And also,
I have not, sadly. Even though I've been messing around, but I just I don't know if I have enough room. You see this bed behind me?
Well, with
like
Squadrons,
fully get back in there. I know it's seated, but like
sit in a chair.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know, man.
Username one just asked a very important question. Would it still be Game of the Year without VR? No.
Yeah. I played with a controller. It was not fun.
With a controller, you don't have the peripheral vision of looking around with your face, and as it turns out, that becomes a lot more of a necessary gameplay function to make that game as interesting and fun as what I was playing. So yeah, Star Wars Squadrons in VR is...
Yeah, who would have known that a Star Wars game where you get to pilot X-Wings and shit in VR would be a good VR game? Who would have thought it?
I know it's weird to think of like, oh, if it wasn't VR, like it'll still be good. The thing is, being able to look around, like, and see someone above you, like playing back then when Elite Dangerous was like fresh and VR was supported by it, it was just crazy to just be in the cockpit, maybe have a hot ass, a HOTAS right in front of you, and being able to just look around.
It's such an advantage.
And see like people trying to hit you from here or seeing your friends.
Your score goes like, way up.
it's just it's just a whole nother experience, man. It's a whole nother thing.
You never let them out of your sights after that, and they don't give you that control on regular gamepad control. Like even peeking left and right requires you to hold down 2 buttons, and it's like competing against mouse and keyboard versus gamepad players. The VR player will be able to have more spatial awareness. Like in a regular first-person shooter, a VR player is going to be handicapped, but in cockpit flying games, VR players are going to be...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so we got Final Fantasy 7, Yakuza 7, Squadron 7.
And
is our game of the years.
To reiterate, our second place, mine was Hades.
Mine was Animal Crossing New Horizons. Matt, your bronze was, your silver was.
Hades was definitely on there. As for a 2020 game, like I can't pick anything else. So Hades was definitely I just love the voice acting. I can't like if it didn't have the voice acting, probably wouldn't have reached up there. But just having those sound bites every time you come back and seeing what happens when you beat the game multiple times, it's good. It's good. It's definitely not top for me because I just don't like doing the same thing over and over.
I didn't play enough of it to put it top or in the top 3.
Yeah,
it would be top 5. It would be top 5. But yeah,
I'm having to remind myself that Liam's second choice was Animal Crossing.
Yeah. You will see more Animal Crossing on Game of the Year lists across the board than Star Wars Squadrons.
I know.
Ooh.
So
No, that's fine. I realize we all have our own particular tastes.
I'm gonna just step out of Strat's bathroom for a second and scream.
And Matt, you chose Last of Us 2
as your Silva, yeah.
Don't hate.
I feel like this year, if we concluded this year, it was a strong year for video games. Just maybe nothing was like overpoweringly strong. Everything else was of such a quality. Like whether you liked Animal Crossing or Hades or Star Wars or The Last of Us or Yakuza, like everything was of such a high quality, but nothing was like game of the decade. We tend to like get a game of the decade every year in some form, but we didn't this year.
Like last year, Outer Wilds totally is something I haven't played a decade before and might not play a decade since. But like this year has been fantastic for games financially, but like quality-wise, good but not great.
Yeah, like Sekiro came out last year. I mean,
Disco Elysium came out last year.
Death Stranding came out last year.
Subnautica's final release version technically came out last year, and that was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
So do we want to?
Well, guys, we George, how do you feel about you and me taking some more calls? Considering we still have a lot, because we know our boy Matt. He's a busy guy. He's gonna get out of here.
Don't do me like that.
He's too busy for us.
Well, also
I gotta go, but you guys can continue answering some calls.
It's midnight my time, so Liam might also be the least sleepy of us, and we also know that you are like the biggest social butterfly of the three.
But I can't control the Zoom call, can I?
Oh, that is true. Ooh, can
you pass hosting duties to me somehow?
I can.
I don't know who would want to talk to me anyway.
You're now the host.
Oh, see, waiting room.
Wow, is that easy?
Oh, all the people in the waiting room.
Can you kick me? Is that a thing? Can you actually?
I can. Do you want me to do it just for fun?
All right, guys.
I'm gonna boot Matt.
Coming in and watching.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah. I am ready to wrap up and start getting myself ready for sleepy buys. But
George, how can I do your channel though?
I think you can if they call in to the phone number, which is live on your screen now, which I will paste all over chat and Discord so that you will have it after I am gone. You guys can stay on the line and talk to Liam.
Oh wow. Everybody, hello.
Officially, as far as the stream and the award show goes, it is totally time for us to wrap that stuff up.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, everybody who has tuned in today. What a wonderful, strong showing from the Twitch chat and everything.
Less of a train wreck as
the last one
from last year.
Yeah.
We had some production values this year. Shout out to George. George, you did a superb job, my friend. Thank you. Well done, George.
Threw it together as well as I could.
Let's not
Don't
stretch
give me
it.
too much praise.
I mean, George's camera is just like all off to the side, is bleeding into my camera.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, George, I think what would be smart would be that, because your channel, you need to turn it off, right?
I do.
What if I can keep the Zoom going, but I can host it on my Twitch channel?
Yes. And all I will have to do is press the button right now.
Right. No, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Wait, raid me in a second when I'm live. Bear with me.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
What is your Twitch name?
Our dads and sons.
Dad, sons, Liam. Matt, I'm gonna remove you. I'm gonna pretend I'm kicking you. In 3,
oh no, don't
2,
kick me. Oh,
1.
no,
Matt, you're banned.
no.
You're banned.
Oh my gosh, that cut him off mid-scream. That was brutal.
That was that was good. Right, hang on. Let's get this sorted.
We're still on, so don't talk your shit just yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I'm just trying to get my Twitch set up, and then we can go over there. You can raid me. Bear with me, and then I can get everybody talking. Properties.
Meanwhile, I'm sliding your face in a new spot behind the table. Go.
For some reason, I can't. Hang on a sec.
What is your Twitch name?
It is Dad Sons Liam.
All one word, lowercase I.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Window capture. Add source.
Go?
Wait, what? Why is this not working? Why can I not use the camera from Zoom?
Oh, because the camera's already running, I bet.
Yeah, hang on. So I'm gonna have to use a window source.
Yeah, so I've been using window source.
All right, display capture. Yeah. Where is the Zoom? Add source, display to. Okay, right. Then I can crop it. Crop. How do I crop this? Oh. Can you crop using OBS?
Yeah, you hold the Alt button down and then start clicking and dragging the handles around.
Actually, I think I know what to do. I think I'm just gonna full screen it and then we can go from here. All right, we should be good. I'm gonna go live.
All right, /raid. Was
Yeah.
it LIA Dadson?
Say, hang on.
Or was it Dadson Liam?
Dad Sons Liam.
Okay.
Bear with me. I'm not live yet, so hang on. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, should be live now. We should be live. Cool.
I
Yo.
am gonna be pressing that raid button in 5.
Let's see what happens. This is gonna be mad.
A raid.
Dun 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 dun.
Did it fill up?
I don't know. We'll see now. Oh yeah, here he is with a party of 126.
All right, thank you so much for showing up, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for helping out,
everybody.
Liam.
Really appreciate it.
That was a lot of fun. It went a hell of a lot smoother than the last live stream episode we did, and a hell of a lot smoother than I think we all were expecting it to.